It's Mojo in the mornings, 5 at 6:55.
5 and 6:55, yo, 5 and 6:55, go now.
All right, time now for the 5 at 6:55. I ain't going to lie. Completely forgot that I had to write the questions. Shannon normally does that. And so I wrote some questions. We scribbled them down here with the help of Chelsea and Kev. Yeah. We'll see how this goes. Monica's going for her 9th in a row. You're getting closer and closer, Monica, to winning double digits. How you feeling?
This morning I'm feeling okay.
Okay, well you should
I don't feel great.
You should feel good. I think these are easy questions, but we'll see what happens here. Monica versus Morgan. That's kind of it's a Monica and Morgan morning show here on Mix FM. What's up, Morgan? How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. Everybody's got tired sounding voices between our winner just a moment ago, Monica, Morgan. Monica says here, you're a social worker in Rochester. It's nice to have you on the show. Are you ready to take down the champion?
Yes, I am.
Let's see
I'm
what
ready.
happens. All right, I'm locking you up, Monica. Have a good time in the holds room here with Lydia. Ask her about the War of the Roses. It's a good one. It's a juicy one.
Okay.
All right, here we go. 5 pop culture trivia questions. Whoever gets the most right wins. Ty always goes to the champion. Are we live on TV now or live on YouTube or something like that and Facebook Live? Bianca? Kaji?
On
That'd be
Facebook
enough.
and YouTube.
Okay.
Facebook and YouTube. Okay. She had to run over to the... just because of... you can see how prepared we are today. We're kind of running around, but also you can check out Chelsea. Looking hot as hell.
There we go.
Kevin over here.
You see me.
Looking hot as hell. Me looking hot as hell. Yesterday, by the way, Bianca, why did you not tell me that white shirt was going to show off every fat roll that I had? Seriously, it might have been the worst possible. I'll never wear that shirt ever.
Straight up.
Oh, it's the worst. Go back to yesterday's stream, and you can actually see the biggest man teats you've ever seen in your life. Morgan, I know you didn't come for that. You came for this. 5 questions. Whoever gets the most right wins. Ty always goes to the champion. Question number 1. The jury will be having the Diddy trial case very soon as the defense rested its case this week. What's the name of Diddy's label?
3 seconds.
Oh, geez.
3.
Big money players.
Question number 2. Last night was the NBA draft. What player was taken number 1?
Oh, no.
3 seconds.
Oh, gosh.
3.
Max Christie.
Question number 3. Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom have ended their relationship. True or false, Bloom played Will Turner in the Pirates franchise?
True.
Question number 4. Kim Kardashian's son, Saint, hacked her Instagram and begged the company that makes Labubu's to send him some product. Who is Saint's famous dad?
Kanye West.
And question number 5, what country singer lost her teeth on stage during a concert recently?
Leanne Rimes.
Let's bring the champ back from a soundproof area. She struggled a little bit on the first couple, but...
Yes, indeed. Struggle, like you said, on the first couple, but brought it home. Got 3 right.
3 out of 5 is what you got to
Respectable.
beat, Monica.
Okay.
Here we go. Question number 1. The jury will have the Diddy trial real soon as the defense rested its case this week. What's the name of Diddy's label?
3 seconds.
Oh,
2.
I don't know.
Bad Boy. Bad Boy Records.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Big money players, close. But not
is,
bad.
is there a big money player?
No, maybe
No,
in a
that's a great
fictional
one.
tale.
That's
I don't
great.
know. 0-0.
Question number 2. Last night was the NBA draft. What player was taken number 1?
3 seconds.
Oh shoot.
3, 2, 1.
Cooper Flagg. Wow, we got a game here. We might take down Monica with some scribble questions.
0-0.
You got to get the rest of these right. You have to run the table
Okay.
to win. All right, put on your thinking cap here right
Okay.
now. Monica, cross your fingers. This is a good one. Question number 3. Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom have ended their relationship. True or false? Bloom played Will Turner in the Pirates franchise.
True.
True.
1-1.
Oh, you guessed on that one, didn't you?
Well, I was just trying to figure out the characters' names, and I've watched the movie 1,000 times. So
Okay. All right, so you knew it. All right, question number 4. And again, you got to get these remaining questions right. Morgan, you feeling this? You going to win this thing?
I hope. I don't know. We'll see.
Question number 4. Kim Kardashian's son, Saint, hacked her Instagram and begged the company that makes Labubus to send him product. Who is Saint's famous dad?
Kanye West.
Yes.
2-2.
Come on, you got to get that one. You don't get that question right, you don't deserve to be a champion. It comes down to this. Comes down to this last question, the 5 at 6:55. We haven't had this much suspense in your entire time that you've been playing with us. Last question this morning could take you out and keep you from 10. What country singer lost her teeth on stage at a recent concert?
Leanne Rimes.
She's still our champion! Did you know that because we just did it in the Dirty on the 30?
Yes, and can I tell you, because I don't have a radio in my car, I have to listen to you guys on the app, and wherever I was driving, I lost service, and
Wow.
I didn't hear the first half of the Dirty, and I was literally
Well, that's why she
freaking
missed the
out,
Cooper
so-
flag.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations.
That is.
You got 9. You're back tomorrow.
Let's go.
Going for 10. Morgan, we got a parting gift for you. We're going to set you up with dinner at Tabbouleh, our good friends over there. You have a great morning. You were close, Morgan. You got to come back and play sometime.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was awesome.
It's Mojo in the mornings, 5 at 6:55.
WKQI Detroit, WSNX Muskegon, Grand Rapids, WVKS Toledo. 3 great stations, 1 stupid show. This is Mojo in the Morning, live.
All right, it is Mojo in the Morning. It's time now on Thursdays for War of the Roses. If you ever suspect that you're being cheated on, text cheater to 95500 and we will get you on the War of the Roses.
Catching cheaters and proud of it.
Ow, I'm sorry.
It's your home for War of the Roses on Mojo in the morning.
Hey, Tina.
Hi there.
Tina, you're dating a guy whose face turned up on a dating profile,
Yes.
and you were told this by what? Some friends of yours that saw it?
A girl messaged me on my own Instagram about it.
Knowing that you guys were dating and saying this looks a little sketchy. You confronted him, and what did he say to you?
He said that it was somebody pretending to be him that had stolen his pictures.
Oh, yeah, that did just happen to me. What was the dating app?
It was Tinder.
Do you believe him when he tells you that, or do you still have some doubts?
I still have some doubts about it. I feel weird.
Is all the information about him his information, or did they do like they've done for Shannon where they used a fake name?
All the information was the same. In fact, there were even some pictures on there I had never seen before.
Wow.
So they had to be his.
Oh, okay. And so pictures that like he doesn't have on his social media at all, that they could have just been taken from the internet.
Absolutely. I've never seen him.
Who told you about this?
A girl messaged my Instagram, and I think she might actually be the one who he's talking to.
A girl that you don't know.
Yeah, never heard of her.
So what did she do? She did a deep dive on him to see that you're somebody that is in his life?
Right, how the hell did she find you?
Yeah, I think she became interested and went and looked at his social media and found him and found me.
That's weird.
It's weird, but it's also, I think that happens where people will see somebody or meet somebody, and then
Deep dive.
they'll
I would.
go check out their social media and then go, okay, this has got to be his girlfriend, and then they'll follow up. I mean, people they get burned all the time.
Yeah.
You think that this girl's just trying to start?
I guess if I'm putting my mind inside of the criminal, I just wouldn't go find the person's profile and see if they're in a relationship and then see who that person is tagged and then reach out to the person that's tagged and say, hey, I'm the person.
It's because you're not a girl. You're not a girl.
Yeah,
Every girl would.
I guess I passed. I don't know.
All right, we're going to call him up to see where he's going to send a dozen free roses. He claims that he's not doing any of this stuff. If he's cheating, we'll figure it out. Tina, do us a favor, mute your phone and don't say a word, okay?
Okay.
All right, War of the Roses. We want the flowers to go to Tina.
Hello?
Hi, is this Cole?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Cole. My name is Nicole. I'm calling you from an online floral company called rosesbloom.com with an offer for some free flowers. If you have some time to take two.
No, thanks. I'm not interested.
Okay, it's totally free. And all you have to do is answer 2 survey questions. They're just yes or no questions. It'll take 30 seconds max for free flowers.
For what? For what now? What?
It's free
Flowers?
Yeah, let me ask you the questions. Have you purchased flowers in the last 6 months, Cole?
No.
Okay, and do you plan on
so.
purchasing flowers in the next 6 months?
Sure.
Okay, that's actually the whole survey. So if you'd like some free flowers, I can now send a dozen long-stemmed red roses to anybody today, later this afternoon, anywhere in the country, totally free of charge if you want to take part in the offer.
Okay, I mean...
You don't need to do anything
I don't
else.
have to do anything.
Nope.
Okay.
Do you have
So I
somebody
just
you'd want to
them
send?
to anyone?
Yes. Yeah. Do you have somebody you want to send some flowers to?
Okay. Sure.
I just need
Can
a
I
first
send
and a
them
last
to-
name. I just need a first and a last name.
Okay. Sure. Brittany?
Okay. And do you happen to have Brittany's phone number?
Yeah, can you give me 1 second? I just gotta look it up there. Yeah, 945.
Okay. And what's Brittany's relationship to you?
Just a friend.
Okay. And just confirming that red roses are okay, or I could switch it up too, if you want to do something different.
Yeah, that would be great.
The red roses is okay.
Sure.
Okay. And Cole, we do something unique at rosesbloom.com. And instead of sending a little paper card along with the flowers, I'm going to have you record a voice memo here in a second. So when Brittany gets the flowers today, she'll get a text message alerting her she has a delivery, and this voice memo will come along with it. So she'll be able to play it and then know who the flowers are from. All right?
Oh, all right.
I'm going to count you down, and then you could just say whatever little message you wanted to say. 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Hey, Brittany. Hope these brighten your day.
Okay. Awesome. And Cole, I have to let you know that this call is being recorded for quality and training purposes. Are you okay with that?
Sure, yeah. Fine.
Great.
Cole, I'm going to jump on real quick, and then we're going to get those flowers off. I just wanted to let you know one last thing while I have you on the line. While
Okay.
we have been talking to you and you've been sending the flowers off to, you say a friend named Brittany?
Right.
Your girlfriend Tina has been listening in and just heard you send them to her. Does Tina know that you have a friend named Brittany and she's okay with you sending her flowers?
What?
Tina, do you know who Brittany is, and are you okay with his friendship?
Well, now I f***ing know, and not even from him.
So this is not a friend who you would know about. So this is actually somebody that he's talking to, that he's got more than a friendship with.
Yeah, this is not somebody I've ever met before or knew about.
What exactly is this?
Cole,
It's so weird.
I don't know. Why don't you tell us?
Cole, what this is this is the Mojo in the Morning show. And your girlfriend called us up to see where you were going to send a dozen free roses to because she was suspicious that something was going on.
Are you for real, Tina? Like, this is for
Am
real.
I for real? I'm not the one who's going around doing shady.
Cole, does that girl Brittany know of Tina? Because if so, maybe we can call her up and she can just tell us about your guys' friendship.
Cole.
He hung up the phone.
Unbelievable.
All right, Tina. So we got her phone number.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know if we can try to see.
This is not a local number either.
Yeah. Hang on 1 second, Tina.
Okay.
Busted again. It's your home for War of the Roses. Mojo in the Morning. Don't miss this.
Mojo in the morning.
When we come back here next, has anybody ever dated or been married to somebody that they found out was on a dating site and they were actually on an app dating at the same time and you busted them? Love to hear your personal stories and more to this War of the Roses. An update coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere.
Join the discussion now. 844-MOJO Live. 844-665-6548.
This is Mojo in the Morning.
Channel 955. It's Mojo in the Morning's Motor City Traffic.
Traffic is slow this morning in Detroit, 94 eastbound between Livernois and 14th Street. There's also an accident 94 westbound after Chalmers. It's on the right shoulder, but you're slow from Moross. I'm Heather Pasco with traffic.
Channel 955.
An iHeart radio station.
This report is sponsored by Figer Law. All we do is win.
Figer Law knows what it takes to win. Teamwork, hard work, grit, and sacrifice. We're a homegrown firm with a national reputation for winning. Figer Law. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
Real Life War of the Roses, looking for a divorce attorney? Goldman and Associates at choosegoldman.com.
I agree, Shannon. Hi, I'm Akiva Goldman of Goldman & Associates Law Firm, Michigan's top divorce and child custody attorneys. Every situation is different, but your well-being and peace of mind should always come first. My dedicated team and I are here to help you protect them. Give us a call at 248-588-3333. That's 248-588-3333 or visit choosegoldman.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is coming back to Las Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
And you can be there.
For a weekend full of superstar performances.
Featuring
Tate McRae. Ed Sheeran. Lil Wayne. Jelly Roll.
I'm not okay.
Maroon 5. Mariah Carey. Glorilla. And more. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Never seen before collaborations. And once in a lifetime artist moments you'll have to see to believe.
Music brings us together.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Go to AXS.com to get your tickets today. And we'll see you at our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
This hour is sponsored by Sam Bernstein Law.
Injured? Call 1-800-CALL-SAM because we're Michigan's most experienced personal injury law firm.
Now at Verizon, we're locking in low prices for 3 years, guaranteed, on my plan. And you can get a single line for just $45 a month when you switch and bring your phone. That's our best price ever on unlimited welcome, with autopay plus taxes and fees, guaranteed for 3 years. Because at Verizon, we got you. Visit your local Detroit Verizon store today. $20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Basketball is not over. The Big Three is back this Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Physical and fiercely competitive. Miami's 305, led by Lance Stevenson and MVP Michael Beasley, take on Boston's Ball Hogs for second place. Other games feature Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Paul Millsap, Montrezl Harrell, Jason Richardson, Jordan Crawford, and more. Basketball the way it's meant to be played. Followed by 2 games on Vice. Big Three live on CBS and Vice this Sunday starting 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific.
Tossing, turning, waking up tired. Your mattress isn't doing you any favors. It's time to check out a new one. At Gardner White, our team has carefully picked the best options for comfort, support, and cool features in a mattress without blowing your budget. In fact, there are 10 models for $699 or less. So come in this weekend, try them out, and we'll give you a $50 MasterCard just for lying down. Everyone deserves a great night's sleep. And the best place to try before you buy is Gardner White.
Lights, camera, action. It's Tanya Lalonde from Summit Place Kia, announcing our summer blockbuster sale, where every new Kia is at superhero savings. Don't let the credit villains keep you from getting approved. If you have $500 and make at least $3,000 per month, you ride. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to find the best car at the best price. So come see me, Tanya Lalonde, today at Summit Place Kia and SummitPlaceKia.com.
You should be driving a Kia from Summit Place Kia. Summit Place Kia.
Negative equity refinanced, subject to lender approval, expires month end.
Summer is here and BetMGM Casino is bringing you the hottest online casino experience. Heat things up with a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 on the house using bonus code WKQIFM at sign up. Play your favorite games like blackjack and roulette with a live dealer, or check out our exclusive slots like MGM Grand Millions and the Wizard of Oz. The thrills of BetMGM Casino are always available right from the palm of your hand. Download the BetMGM Casino app today and get a piece of the action. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly and offer resources to help you make appropriate choices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for confidential help. Must be 21 plus, Michigan only. Please gamble responsibly. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable site credit bonus bets, unless otherwise provided in the applicable terms. Rewards subject to expiry.
Switch to Boost Mobile and get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month forever. That's right. No price hikes, no contracts. $25 forever. Visit a Boost Mobile store today. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Home run! That's my girl.
She's a star.
Yeah, since I started giving her children's Claritin, she can actually play without allergies getting in the way.
I should try that. My boy's over there sneezing in the batter's box.
Oh, you should. It's pediatrician recommended and provides 24-hour non-drowsy relief. Plus, the chewables are dye-free.
So he can focus on his swing instead of his symptoms.
Exactly. He'll be hitting home runs in no time.
Claritin clears. Use as directed.
Remember life before joint pain? At the Detroit Medical Center, we can help you get back to being you again. When caring for your knees, hips, and shoulders, our orthopedic team of surgeons, providers, and physical therapists is not only recognized for providing you with minimally invasive and advanced treatment options, but for the way we care. Let us help you imagine life without joint pain. Find a doctor at dmc.org/joint pain.
After an accident, there are 2 types of people: those who got the Bernstein advantage and those who wish they did.
More Mojo in seconds.
Man, I had a conversation with my guy, Steve Gabarra, who was in Toledo golfing yesterday doing his thing. But we were talking about cars. And I know you keep looking in the parking lot like, man, I hear you talking about this Mustang. When the hell's it coming? It's coming. Doing a little inspection, making sure things check out. Because when I hit that road, baby, I'm hitting it fast. And if you're not in the mood for a Mustang, because it's not for everyone, don't trip. We got 2025 F-150s for the big dogs, all right? Below $300 a month, you can get that F-150 Super Crew XLT. Or if you're a more adventurous type of person, check out the 4-door Big Bend Bronco, below $400 a month. But you got to go now before the end of June, which ends on Monday. Employee pricing for everyone ends when the month of June ends, so you got to go right now. Steve Gabarra, Zott Ford and Holly, he wants what you got. So if you're not looking for something new and you got a current vehicle that you don't want to continue to drive in, hit up Steve. He'll get you out of it. Bring in your trade, any extra vehicle, they'll pay over market value. Dealsinad.com. Shout out to Steve Gabarra, Zott Ford and Holly.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm.
Temperatures starting off cooler this morning, though we are going to get really warm. Temperatures in the high 80s this afternoon with some storms coming our way.
Shop Mattress Firm's July 4th sale and reclaim your restless nights. Choose from a curated premium selection of mattresses to find just the upgrade you're looking for. Get matched, sleep at night.
This hour of Mojo in the Morning is powered by the new Super Raffle from the Michigan Lottery. Richest raffle
Live from the Planet Fitness Studios. Planet Fitness, we're all strong on this planet.
This hour on Channel 955, powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto accident attorneys. Visit autolaw.com.
That's autolaw.com.
All right, voice dude, tell us the number for Mojo in the Morning.
844-MOJO Live. 844-665-6548.
Mojo in the Morning. I just want to give a quick update on this War of the Roses. So the War of the Roses is one that we can all relate to because we've had this happen to us multiple times. Actually, Shannon just talked about a reoccurrence of this week, but we've all had situations where our dating profiles, or I'm sorry, our dating profile, a dating profile
correct,
has shown up on different things like Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, things like that. Shannon just recently had one, but a few years back had another one. And then I had one a year ago where my wife is in studio with us. This morning. This is very hard to talk about.
I want to hear her side.
Well, so the dating profile appears, and obviously, as you know, neither myself nor was Shannon dating somebody else or on a dating profile. Do you remember, who was it, Chelsea, that contacted you? As a bunch of people, right?
The woman that you were supposedly talking to.
Oh, that's right. I
messaged
forgot
me.
about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did she say?
She said, just so you know, your husband is wanting to date me and has been for a couple of years, but I've told him no. And it was like this long thing. I said, I don't think that that's him. And she said, it is. I'm talking to him right now. And I said, well, I'm sitting next to him in an airport. And he's not talking to you. And then I got worried and concerned for her. And I said, because she said, well, I'm just going to meet him. You don't believe me. I'm just going to meet him. And I said, well, if I were you, I would have him FaceTime you first. Because I don't think this is the man that you, or woman, I don't know who's on the other side. And she was adamant, and she said, he said you were going to say this. He said you guys were miserable, and I said, well, FaceTime him first. I'm concerned for your safety, and then tell someone where you're going.
Yeah, we ended up
We had to call the police.
Yeah. Talked to Sheriff Bouchard in Oakland County about that. And then West Bloomfield police helped me with stuff. But here's the long and the short of this thing. People will have, sometimes their profiles appear on dating apps, and you have to be careful of that. This is not that case in this War of the Roses, because it turned out that he did have a dating profile. Actually had a couple of them after the fact of calling up and busting, Tina's boyfriend cheating, and Cole never admitting basically to it, except for the fact that he did send flowers to another person. But then we started doing some more deep diving on him and found him on other dating apps. So listen, I will say this to you. It seems like it's the wild, wild west out there when it comes to anything on the internet.
Yeah.
But it also turns out that there are many people, including some people that we're going to talk to here in a second, who found that their boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife was on a dating app while they were dating you, including Jen. Are you there, Jen?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Jen, it's Mojo, and Shannon's not here this morning, but my wife Chelsea is, and Kevin is here. And what happened?
So I've been on the dating apps from like Facebook dating to Hinge, and these men on these dating apps in their bio, they'll always put their like Insta or their Snap or something, and they'll be like, follow me, or their Facebook profile. They'll say, follow me on that. Then you go on that, and they have their relationship status as married or in a relationship, and then they'll have like the girl pictures with the girl with them when they're telling you to add them on that. Like,
Really?
They literally give you their information. Yeah, and there'll be pictures on there with the girl tagged. They make it way too easy to find the girls. It's not even a snooping thing. You're just trying to see like more photos of the man.
Yeah.
And this is what it leads into.
Which is funny because I think that in the case of Tina, that wasn't the case. The person who contacted her had to do a lot of deep diving because he was being mysterious about himself. But guys are that dumb that they'll actually put their Instagram or attach it to. And I know some sites you have to, right?
Many. You don't have to. It just gives you the option. But many of them do that just to try and get their followers up, and then you see the relationship status.
Yeah, but I also feel like there are some people, because I'm on Tinder, and I see some profiles where, and I'm following, women, that's what I'm seeking, where they're upfront about the fact that they're in a relationship. So some people aren't trying to hide it. They have an open relationship, or they have a relationship to where they and their partner want some other action.
Do you swipe on those?
It depends on how she looked.
Would you be okay with that? With
Hell
somebody
no,
that's in
not with no cuckold situation.
Well, can I be honest? I'd be afraid some guy's going to kick my ass.
I'm straight on that.
What's up, Tracy? Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Trace. What happened to you?
Well, I was with the guy for 9 years that I didn't meet on a dating site. And come to find out after 9 years of being with him that he was on about every site out there. And so obviously I broke up with him. I do have a child with him, and his now ex-wife, 13 years later, got a hold of me and told me that he did the same thing to her. And then there was 2 other women that contacted me, and he did the same thing.
Wow. Man. So when you find out that your, ex, well, at the time, your current relationship is on a dating app, are you wondering, like, how is he able to do this? Like, you almost know, you have to, like, think back and when is he away from me, and how does he have time to actually go out and be dating?
Well, he used to be in the military, so he would say he had to, go somewhere for that. When come to find out, he was with other women.
Wow. So he would tell you that he was leaving to go do his service, and he was out there with women.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
Amazing.
What do you think is easier, finding the people or dating the people?
I would think dating the people, because it's about a timing thing. It seems like that it's like catching fish in a barrel these days with these dating apps.
And that's where I think the issue is, because I feel like years and years ago, I would have to plan more in order to go out and be away from my significant other to meet somebody, fill them out, and then date them.
Yeah.
Where now with all these apps, that hard part is out the way.
I mean, you can sit there and be talking to them on the couch sitting next to the person that you're in a relationship with. Tiana, what's up?
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, my story is a little different. But I found out a guy that I was talking to was on, like, websites, like dating websites. There was no app, but there was, like, if you guys know on the corn websites, right, there's, like, talk and text, like, randoms and stuff like that.
Okay. What sites are you talking about? Are you talking like Plenty of Fish or something like that, or
she talking about those ads that pop up?
Stuff like that. The website.
Okay.
Like random text and video text, stuff like that.
Okay.
So, he was like randomly, like, he's usually the type of person who would, like, just give me his phone and stuff like that, but he'd duck off to the bathroom, be in there, like, for 45 minutes to an hour at a time.
Oh, my God.
And I got a gut feeling, because he was, like, he would touch his phone away from me at times, and I got a gut feeling to just, like, go through his phone. So while he was asleep one day, I went to his phone, and he had made an email that he was signing in and out of to make these, a fake email to make these, to use these websites.
Yeah. So
he was signed in and out. Like, on the email, it says that he was signing in and out of the email.
So he didn't get
so
caught.
that he wouldn't get caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are these? And these are these ads that are like on porn sites and things like that.
Hey, I'm Nadine.
Yeah.
I live 3 miles
Yeah,
away.
it is.
Like,
It
that
is.
type of stuff.
Are those people are real,
It was.
or it's?
Why are you asking?
Yes.
I'm just wondering, Chels. She seems like a really nice single mom. I want to see if there's anything she needs. You know what I mean?
And then there was this app called Reddit as well that he was texting people off of.
Yeah. Somebody was telling me that Reddit has become a bigger place for people to meet than even, doing a Bumble or Hinge or any of those other sites.
Really?
I actually just saw a story, and I don't know which site it is, but I heard somebody was telling me today that the dating apps, trending story today, less people are on dating apps, which has caused for Bumble now to lay off 30% of its workforce.
Wow.
They're saying that many people are no longer meeting off of the app. They're now, because I think they're charging for them, but I think people are just going to places like Reddit to go and meet people. What's up, Dennis?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing okay, Dennis. What's going on?
So back before I was with my old lady, when I was on Tinder, I'm almost guaranteed, because I remember him saying that it could have been somebody else or whatever like that. I'm pretty sure on Tinder, correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin, because I know you're on it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't you verify your face with a real picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has that little verification thing where you can see it on everybody's profile, whether they've verified their face or not. So I feel like if she wanted to figure that out, she could just try to ask her friend for a screenshot. And if that star's there, then it's really him.
So if it's got a verified star, then it has to be him then. That's interesting. What's up, Hannah? Hi, it's Mojo in the morning.
Hi, Mojo. I work with a couple, so they're together. And I was on Bumble, and I saw the guy on Bumble, and he was active and everything. So I confronted him at work, and I said, if you don't delete this account, I'm going to tell your girlfriend. And he got so scared, he was shaking, and he ended up deleting the account right in front of me.
Why did you want to get involved?
That's what I don't know. I didn't want to get involved originally, but I was like, I don't know. I feel bad for the girlfriend. I'd want someone to do it. If it was
Were you more friends with her than him, or it was just that it was the girl versus the guy?
It was the girl versus the guy. Like I said, I would want someone to do it if it was for me.
Yeah. I never used any of the dating apps. Chelsea and I met.
I kind of wish we did.
Do you
I feel
ever?
like we missed out on something.
Do you ever look at it and go, how would we do on these dating apps?
Yeah. I wonder if we would ever be matched.
I don't think we would.
Probably not.
Like, I think, honestly, I think that, I often think this all the time.
But we should try.
I don't think Chelsea, I'm Chelsea's type. And I've always said that I've wanted to date black women. So I don't know.
So you're projecting. I'm not your type, is what you mean.
No. Why would you say that? I'm just no. I can just tell.
Well, she's not black.
Not today.
That we talked about that as a bit years ago, and the bit was that we were going to do me and her on a dating app, put it out there, and then see if we matched. Brought it up in front of the kids. Hey, this is going to be a radio bit. Do you know which kid was the most devastated about the whole thing?
Lil Luke?
No, the radio guy.
Joe. Okay, I can see that.
Joe thought it was like, you can't do that. You can't. I'm running my room. Like he would get so worked up, which is so funny because I could see Joe doing that bit as a fun bit. I think that would be kind of something neat to do. But all right, that's War of the Roses. That's it.
The home of the second date update. Throwback Throwdown. War of the Roses. This is Mojo in the morning.
All right, summer of cars, cash, and gas. A chance to win a brand new car. Gordon Chevrolet 2025 Chevy Trax, or $20,000 cash. Be the 95th caller. You know the drill. Call us at 844 Mojo Live. 844-665-6548.
Mojo in the morning's Dirty on the 30.
Shannon is off on her honeymoon. Can you have a honeymoon after you've been married twice? And the thing is like a year later?
Yes.
No, it's just a vacation. Not? She's on a vacation.
Nah, man.
Really? You call it a honeymoon?
I think you should. You should give this marriage the same respect, if not more, than you gave the first one.
Just
because you're doing it twice doesn't mean
it, but it's a year later and
stuff. So what? They got stuff going on.
Well, all right. They can have their honeymoon. I don't know. I just think it's going on a nice little vacation with each other or something like that.
Let them do them, man.
All right. So in for Shannon with the dirty this hour is our producer, Lydia, from the producer's room. What's up?
Excited. All right. We're going to start with Kim Kardashian. So I didn't realize she's this much of an actress, but I guess she's set to star in a new live action Bratz film. So Amazon MGM Studios recently won a bidding war to produce a live action Bratz film with Kim Kardashian tapped in to play the main villain. So I guess she's been seen in things like American Horror Story, previously How I Met Your Mother, and of course, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. So following the success of the Barbie movie in 2023, studios have been on the lookout for iconic toys that could have a similar pop interest, and Bratz falls right in line as something.
Were you a fan of Bratz?
Well.
Did you play with Bratz?
I was a Bratz girl, yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I was so excited to do this story.
All right.
Hey, what's up? This is Kim Kardashian, and you're listening to Mojo in the Morning.
Did you guys think that the Barbie movie was interesting?
No, the Barbie movie, I thought it sucked, but it was huge. It made a ton of money.
I think interesting is the perfect word.
We fell asleep during it, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes.
Both times.
So moving on, Red Lobster is working its way out of bankruptcy. I'm excited about this too.
I need that boil.
Yeah, a U.S. bankruptcy judge has approved.
You need the boil.
They got a new boil.
Yeah, seafood boil.
Yeah.
I'm going to get into that.
I never got into seafood boils.
I love a good seafood boil.
Do you really?
Give me some plastic gloves. Let's get to it.
The only thing that I go to Red Lobster for are those cheesy cheddar biscuits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they got new stuff, Lydia. Tell them.
So a U.S. bankruptcy judge has approved a takeover of Red Lobster, allowing the seafood chain to exit Chapter 11 bankruptcy just 4 months after filing. So despite facing the loss of $76 million within the past couple of years, the chain will now remain open, and it's believed that the new CEO of Red Lobster, Damola Admalukan, who is the former CEO of PF Chang's, is set to be credited for the new success of Red Lobster introducing their seafood bags and $5 drinks.
36 years old. Shout out to my guy.
Wow. Really impressive.
Man.
And lastly, there are rumors that head coach of the Detroit Lions, Dan Campbell, is still requesting and awaiting reconsideration of permission from the NFL for the second time to have a pet lion on the sidelines.
Are you serious? Really?
Mojo, will you play that audio for me,
You,
please?
you talked to us last time on Part of My Take. You said that you had considered getting a pet lion on the sidelines.
I did.
Have you had any further conversations about bringing a live lion?
Well, I would say that she had no problem with it, but the league apparently frowns on those type of things.
Do we think that they'll actually allow this to happen?
I think they should. I wonder what the difference is between collegiate sports and professional sports, because they have Buffaloes run out for Colorado, many different teams in the NCAA.
Well, Georgia Bulldogs.
They have animals that come out.
Yeah, and remember, the Georgia Bulldogs had an issue last year where their bulldog bit somebody's ass or something. I think, they went
like
after.
the Seminoles ride horses out and stuff a flag in the center of the court. I don't see what the problem is.
But a lion?
Why not?
Can
I mean,
eat
as long as you got
people.
Siegfried and Roy, we should be fine.
We tried, Lydia, to get a lion from the Detroit Zoo. Those guys are never cooperative with us. The Toledo Zoo, almost this close. We almost got one, right?
Right.
But
I think that's what we get a live lion on the sideline when we're in the Super Bowl. That's the only thing we're missing. To hear that roar in real life, how could you not win?
Well, the league's concern was safety and potential disruption.
Just had a dart gun right next to it. We'd be all right.
Not another Harambe situation. And for all today's dirty, you can check out the podcast by searching Mojo in the Morning on the free iHeartRadio app.
Wow, that was excellent.
Yes,
Lydia
indeed.
does a great job with these dirties.
Do
That's
8:30,
amazing.
Lydia.
No, I think you're up.
No, I think it's Lydia.
Come on.
Get more dirt at Mojo in the Morning on social media.
The latest craze.
It's Mojo in the Morning's Dirty on the 30.
Your call may be monitored or recorded.
All right, it is Mojo in the Morning. Here. Ryan from Sterling Heights, Michigan is a winner.
Yeah.
What up?
What's going on, buddy? Congratulations to you. You could be winning a brand new 2025 Chevy Trax. The car is loaded. Gordon Chevrolet's made sure everything is on that thing, or $20,000 cash. Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
Ryan, what do you do, man? Why are you up so early in the morning listening to us live instead of listening to our podcast?
I'm a mortgage underwriter, so I got a nice
long drive all the way into Pontiac.
Oh,
So,
UWM?
yeah, that's it.
I love
Shout
UWM,
out.
man. Shout out to UWM. Shout out to Matt Ishbia and all the people that work hard making Pontiac thrive again. So congratulations on winning this, buddy. You could be driving that thing to Pontiac soon.
I mean, that is true, but I just spent thousands of dollars to fix my car, so I think I need to refill my bank account.
Okay, we can do that. $20,000 could be yours. We got a $50 Kroger gas card for you to fuel up with, and that's from our friends over at Green Flame Tequila, and we'll see you at the grand finale. Tell Ish that we're going to get you over at Gordon Chevrolet, okay?
You got it. Sounds good.
All right, hold on one second. All right, Mojo in the morning. This text was funny. It came during the dirty after I was talking about can you have a honeymoon a year after you get married and also on a second marriage. And Jordy says, the honeymoon turned into a vacation when Shannon started her period. She talked
I don't even
about-
know if we call it vacation at that point.
You talked about that yesterday on the podcast. That was great. All right, it's Mojo in the Morning Show. My wife is in with us, Chelsea. By the way, Chelsea, I forgot to tell you this, and I don't know if you saw it, but the conversation that we talked about the other day on the air that is with our podcast this week on the We Don't podcast blew up on social media.
I saw that.
It's got like over 150,000 views on Instagram and even way more than that with Facebook. But it's the whole thing about couples that are going through their coasting time. And then we also talked about menopause, which we're going to get into that a little bit more on a future We Don't podcast, which that blew it up, I think. Because so many women
Very relatable for women.
never talk about that.
Yeah.
So check out that We Don't podcast. It's on the iHeartRadio app. Just search Mojo We Don't, and you can hear the podcast with Chelsea and I. Chelsea is in studio with us this morning. My wife is in studio this morning. Kevin, you know we have a son that is getting married.
I do. How excited are you guys?
Joe is getting married. I'm not excited because I think it's going to cost me some money.
Okay.
So I'm not. No, I'm excited. I'm excited for him.
Yeah.
We're very, very excited for him. Although I got to be honest with you, I'm wondering about him because he and Alyssa, his fiance, have not really been doing a lot for planning. And they, like, everybody keeps asking me, do you have a date? Do you have
when
a
is the
date?
wedding? Yeah.
And there's no date yet. I think now they're starting to look at
They're
venues.
looking at venues, so then they will decide on a date.
Okay.
Is that
So-
typically how it goes? You find a venue and then based
Yeah.
on their schedule?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think nowadays it's hard to find venues, especially because everything is so expensive.
Yeah.
And then also everything is, tough where people are, so many people are trying to have weddings. But so Chelsea has a question to ask the listeners about this coming from the mother of the groom perspective.
Right, right.
What's your question?
So my question is, how involved am I supposed to be? Because Joe and I'm sure he has said before, Mojo has said before, that Joe and I talk all the time. We're very super close. And so they had asked me to come out and view a couple of the venues with them. And then he'll say, and Alyssa wants you to come when she's looking for her dress, and Alyssa wants your opinion on this and this and this. And I am very opinionated, so ask me and I'll give it. However, there has to be a line. I'm the mother of the groom, and I want to respect that. I don't want to step on anyone's toes or overstep any boundaries. And it's really hard when you have a child that is asking for your input, but what is my line?
Has just Joe asked you?
So Alyssa, when I was there recently, I, asked them, okay, what is your budget? What are you guys, because I think they're still in the exciting phase at the very beginning of, we're going to, get married and do this. But there is no real, I don't know if someone is sitting them down and saying, okay, what is your budget? Figure that out first. There are steps to this. Figure out your budget. Then you look at venues. Because they are paying for a majority of their wedding. We are doing what the groom pays for. So flowers, a bar, rehearsal dinner. We're doing all the traditional things. But they're responsible for the rest.
Is that a wedding planner's job to like sit down and figure out that budget stuff?
I don't think they're going to get a wedding planner because I think that would cost them money.
Will cost money.
Yeah. Here's the thing, and it's funny you said, hey, I wanted to bring up a topic this morning, and it dealt with the wedding. And God, I was worried that you were going to say you're going to pay for the whole wedding. I was like, oh, what the hell's going on with that one? But no, but I think that this is something that you have to be really careful with. And the dynamic I think that we have with Alyssa, we're close with Joe and Alyssa. Like, we see them a lot. We aren't really that close with Alyssa's family because we just don't know them very well.
I've met her mom twice.
And I think that you don't ever want to overstep the bounds of
no, because
her
this
as
is
the mom.
their day. This is their time. This is their moment.
Yes.
But it's
and she's very close with her mother.
Very close. And I do not want to step on anyone's toes.
Yeah.
I don't want to. But it's hard. Literally every day he'll say, Mom, what do you think about this? Mom, what do you... And it's hard. And I tell him all the time, I am the mother of the groom.
Was her mom there with y'all when y'all checked out the venues? Or?
No, I haven't looked at a venue with them.
Okay,
They just looked at their first venue the other night.
Okay.
And I don't know if her mom was there or not.
The interesting thing is I felt like oftentimes in these type of situations or when this conversation is brought up, it's kind of the opposite where you'll see the mother being overbearing and not realizing there's a line until you're way past it. It's kind of interesting to say that you're the one that's kind of drawing the line and trying to figure out where it is.
I want to listen. When he got engaged, I said, the day that you walk down that aisle, I'm not number one, because his whole thing is you're my number one. You're my number one. I said, the day that you get married, she's your number one.
Yeah.
You guys there has to be and so I'm super, super aware, and I'm trying to be very conscious of what I say and what I do, because I don't want to ruin anything.
And here's the issue, I think. You hear all these stories about the overbearing mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if the overbearing mother-in-law ever gets led down the path like Chelsea's getting led down, where the groom is saying, hey, I want you to be more involved. You know, and I think Joe saying that, sometimes I think he's looking at and trying to make your feelings be part of this.
Right.
And I don't necessarily I don't think that Joe, this is just my gut. My gut is, I think Joe would love for everybody to love each other, and just that's it, because he's like me. He's kind of a big fat pussy, but you know what I mean?
So true.
Yeah,
but
So
I think that he also needs to be careful, because I think that he just wants to make everybody happy, that he's got to make sure he's checking with Alyssa. And I don't necessarily know that if that's the case. But Mackenzie, hey, how involved should Chelsea be as the mother of the groom, as the mother of Joe?
So first off, first time, long time.
Hey there.
Hey, Lindsay on the phone.
And I got married 2 years ago. But I feel like it's a little bit of a different dynamic because my now mother-in-law and my mom were really good friends.
Okay.
However, Chelsea being the mother of the groom, she doesn't have a daughter. So I feel like the mother of the bride kind of steals the spotlight. But Chelsea, you should still be as involved as they let you be, because this is your moment too. I feel like it's a big deal, like your first son getting married.
Yeah. That's actually an interesting thing, because we don't have any daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So did you?
This is a big thing for your whole family too.
So your husband's mom was a part of things with your mom because of the friendship?
Yes and no. I love my mother-in-law with my whole heart, but she still came to like my dress fitting.
Did you
my
want her
mom
there?
and my mother-in-law. Yes, I did.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
She's a she is one that she's not super, she's not going to tell me yes or no unless I ask her things. So with my dress, she stayed very quiet until I asked, like, okay, truly be honest, what do you think? And then she would tell me. So I feel like that helped. I feel like I wasn't afraid to upset her at all.
Okay.
Yeah. That's cool. No, that's a cool perspective, although it is different than this one, because like we said with Joe's fiance, we don't really know the family as well because they're down in Florida. What's up, Teresa?
Good morning, Chelsea.
Good morning.
What about the rest of us,
So-
Teresa?
Hi,
She
Mojo.
said what she said.
Hi, Kevin.
Good morning.
Wait,
This is mother of the son to mother of the son here.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
What's going on?
So I have two sons, and they both got married. And so obviously I was the mother of the sons, and two totally different females. But you can only be as involved as you feel comfortable and as they ask you. You do kind of have to step back a little bit. However, your opinion does matter. And I'm very opinionated also, so I get where you're coming from.
Okay. Okay.
And you'll know. You'll feel it. You'll feel when they kind of are like the first one was girly, and so, it's mom and daughter type thing, but they will involve you, especially if you have a friendship with them, and just try to stay with that line of the friendship.
Teresa, I got to ask you a question. What did you guys take care of? Like, I always wonder. What'd you do?
We did part of the venue, and then we did the alcohol.
Okay.
But the venue came with the food, and we did open bar, but we did like wine, certain liquors, and then beer.
Yeah. How much did it cost you? Because I'm wondering. I'm just
about
kidding.
10 years ago. So
yeah.
things have
Yeah,
changed
things
a
are
little.
nuts. Things are nuts right now.
Before the tariffs hit.
That's right. Damn tariffs, Trump. What's up with the tariffs on weddings? What's up? Krista is a bride. This is a good one. Okay, this is what we need. So, Krista, say hello to Chelsea,
Hey, Chelsea.
Hi.
the mother of the groom. And what are your thoughts on this one as the bride? So you're in Alyssa's shoes on this.
Yes. So yeah, I kind of have the opposite issue where my mom, she's kind of the bridezilla, and she's trying to kind of do everything, be a part of everything. Where me and my fiance are kind of very laid back about all of this. So the thing we kind of settled on is we made kind of a three-way group chat, so that way we're all involved in every decision or everything she mentions or anything that we mention. And then we also just kind of had a day where we all went out and ate food. Obviously, this was like closer to when we're about to get married. And his parents, my parents, we all sat down. We all talked about everything, made sure we're on the same page. But having the group chat and everything was great because then, we were all involved. And then we also kind of had to set the boundary of let us tell you what we need versus her constantly worrying about trying to do everything.
But her is your mother, right? Not the mother.
My mother, yeah.
Okay.
How was his mom?
How was his? Yeah.
His mom's just hanging in the background, also waiting for us to have needs. She's really laid back about it.
And
so,
she was good. You appreciated that?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I appreciate them just kind of being there, saying, we're here if you need me, just tell me what you need. Because otherwise it seems like if they're constantly like, oh, here, let me help you, I was stressed the heck out.
I wonder how often in these type of situations where that parent is trying to live vicariously through their child and trying to make their child's wedding what they wish theirs were.
Was that your mom?
Oh, 100%. Because she's a very traditional Catholic wedding girl, and me and my fiance are like, we could get married in the backyard. And like,
Oh, that's another story altogether,
Where
too.
did you get married? Did you get married at a church or did you get married? Because that's another. No.
Yeah, we found a venue that was kind of outdoors in a woodsy area, a little bit up north, which is super pretty.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't traditional at all, and we maybe hurt some feelings, but she at the end did respect. This is your wedding, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Joe saw some place that he wanted to have the wedding, and he wanted to just do the whole ceremony there too. And Chelsea and I were like, "No church? Like, there's not going to be a church at all?" Like, we were kind of thinking
Which
that.
is where do I keep my mouth shut?
Yeah, see, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah,
disappointing your parents and just doing what you want to do.
But it's not about us.
But y'all say that. I mean, I feel like I feel like you do a good job of like making your point known, but then also shutting up when you realize that because it's their life.
Hard, though. It's hard.
And somebody like Joe, he doesn't want to disappoint you because he loves you also.
Well, if he doesn't get married in a church, it's not really a marriage. But no, I'm just kidding.
Going crazy.
I'm just kidding. Meg, what's going on,
Says
Meg?
the online ordained minister.
What's up, Meg?
So I had the opposite. My mother-in-law was super overbearing, and I got to the point where I end up saying, if you're not paying for it, you can't have an opinion because it was just too much.
Okay.
And they weren't paying for any. Well, it didn't go well, but they weren't paying for anything.
Really?
So it was all on my parents.
They didn't give you
So-
guys
They paid
any help
nothing.
at all?
No, they paid like $900, and that was it.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry. Say it one more time.
I got excited about that. I want to know if I can get out of paying for something. Why? Kevin and I both want to know why it was that they only paid for $900.
I have no idea, and to be honest, it was really hurtful because they paid for their other daughter's wedding, full scale, and they paid a whole $40,000.
Do you think they
And
didn't like you?
so-
Oh, maybe
No,
they did.
no,
Did they
but
not have money?
Daughter versus son.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so, maybe, but like they're very traditional too. But the problem is that yes, you can be traditional, but they only paid for desserts. They didn't pay for the bar. They paid for the rehearsal dinner, but we had a really small wedding. Our wedding was not over the top.
Okay.
So we just said, hey, could we have like $5,000 to $10,000? They said no to that.
Could they not
And
afford
so
it?
we were, oh no, they can afford it.
Okay.
Wow.
They
I'm
can
just trying
definitely
to think of
afford
different
it.
reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if they don't, I don't know if they don't like me. That doesn't really matter. But to me, it was about their son, not me.
Wait, do you think they don't like you?
We have very big differences, but I think it's hard because they live out of state.
Mm.
So
How do they treat
of
you now?
course-
That's us, by the way. We're out of state,
yeah, we're out of state.
and I always worry. I don't want Alyssa to think that we don't like her because of the involvement of the wedding. Like, I don't want that to ever come into play.
I think it's very different because I think, for me, his sister was always making our weddings a competition because I got engaged first. And the second I got engaged, she goes, I'm going to be married before you. And that really hurt me.
Yeah.
And so I think, there was a lot going on behind the scenes, I think. And then I kind of built that distance between us because I was so hurt.
That's accountability.
Yeah.
Which, by the
It
way,
was,
the parents
and-
should have squashed that. I mean, it's
And
not
she
a
didn't.
competition. It is everyone has their own day. You know?
Yeah, and it wasn't like that at all. And my family is the very opposite. Like my mom is very much like you, Chelsea, where she'd be like, "No, that is not okay. Like that is not
Yeah.
appropriate."
Yeah.
Where his mom is very Southern, very like, "Oh no, it's okay." So I think that's a big difference. But I would say, from my opinion, if you just talk to Alyssa, because that's what I wish his mom would have done to me. Be like, "So what do you need from me?"
Okay.
That's what I wished.
Great
Because
advice.
then I could have said, look, like I need that space with my mom.
Right.
But then I got to the point where I think I was so frustrated and upset that I was like, if you can't have an opinion unless you're paying. Because everything was an opinion.
Meg.
And I was overwhelmed.
Is it bad that Chelsea and I are going to renew our vows at their wedding?
Renewing our vows.
Honestly, go for it.
It's going to happen. All right.
WKQI Detroit. WSNX Muskegon Grand Rapids. WVKS Toledo. This is Mojo in the Morning.
Oh, Mojo, he's amazing.
Live. Mojo.
5, 4, 3,
1. Ignition sequence start.
Let me take y'all back to the beginning.
This is it.
Alrighty, you ready?
You're listening to Mojo in the Morning.
You're a doo-doo head.
Let's go. It's showtime.
All right, it is Mojo in the Morning. I just can't wait for 4th of July holiday to be here already.
You ready?
Can it just be here? Seriously, I don't know. I'm kind of in that mood. I'm at that mood, right, the part of my life right now where it's summertime and everybody's having fun. Like friends are all going out drinking every single night, and everybody is having like the time of their lives partying. And I feel like I'm the kid that's still in summer school with this whole radio show thing. Don't you feel like that?
You want to take a drink?
I know. It's not about taking a drink.
I mean, you brought it up.
We can drink at any time. But I'm saying it is summertime. Kids are out of school.
Yeah.
All of the friends that we have, all the friends that Chelsea and I have, all their lives revolve around they can call the shots on when they go to work or not go to work. And you know what I mean? Like they don't have to be at work at 5 o'clock in the morning like we do.
Yeah.
And so everybody's having like this fun summertime crap. And it turns into me having to be the guy, like I have to go home early. And I'll be quite honest with you. This is no thing about my wife being a lush, but maybe she wants to stay out, I think.
I think I was the one that wanted to be home in bed early last
I don't
night.
buy it. Oh. I don't buy it.
Who's telling the truth here?
8:30.
So let me say this. So Chelsea and I hang with our friends, and we go to this bar that's by our house. And this bar that's by our house that we hang out at is doing this thing, this little promotional thing, where they're letting people be parts of teams. And so you're part of a team, and the interesting thing is there's 3 teams. You cannot be on the team with your wife or your girlfriend. So
You have to compete against each other.
you have to compete against each other.
Okay.
So I'm on a team, and so I'm on this team, and like I have Chelsea's best friend Jessica on the team with me, and then I've got like
Shout out
this
Jessica.
lady Tina that's on the team with me, and I've got a bunch of dudes, whatever, whoever,
Whatever.
and I got all these guys, and Chelsea's on her team, and she's made this like group text,
I
or
didn't make the group text.
who made the group text?
Ronnie.
So she's on. So Ronnie makes a group text, and he's texting my wife with these other people
Well,
texting.
it's okay. Let's meet up at the bar because you get points for meeting at the bar and drinking.
Okay.
So, and then
I
they
like
do little
this.
challenges. And so, in the group text, who's coming up to the bar and who's.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. So last time I'm like, we have to go just for one
Have you
drink.
been drinking?
And
One drink, but then we have to come home.
so basically they want you to come in as many times as they possibly can. You try to come each night, and so it's like, hey, let's go up and get a drink. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then I'm like, hey, I got to go home. And everybody's like, oh no, so and so is going to get here because you have to take pictures with each other too. So you have to actually have pictures with each other too. It's not like just show up.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, remember McDonald's used to have the Monopoly game?
Oh, love.
So you collect pieces.
Yeah.
This is the adult version of the Monopoly
I
game
like
where
it.
you collect pieces.
Yes.
And so you have to take pictures with people. So Chelsea's like, well, Ryan's on his way up here right now, and Alan's coming up here right now, and I'm like, does that mean that you want to stay up here right now?
That's what it
Because
sounds
I'm
like.
going
You're
home.
gonna have to walk home if
And-
you want to stay.
And it's like, so
He did not say that.
no, I'm not.
Okay. I was about to say.
no. So
But he might as well with his tone.
So, and I don't know, how competitive do spouses get, or how competitive do you get in a relationship? Like when you and Sherelle were together, were you guys competitive ever with things? Did you guys ever, or did you compete as a team?
Volleyball.
together?
We were. I feel like we competed more as a team than against each other.
Yeah,
But if you
we're
would play a
competing
board
against-
game, would you play board
Oh,
games?
Tunk.
Okay.
Tunk
and
is an
then,
old school card game. That's fire on that
Were
one.
you competitive?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So you would want to beat her
Love
ass.
that.
Oh, without a doubt.
Chelsea wants to take me down.
As she should.
Chelsea wants me to be bleeding and bloody on the side of the road.
Fair.
And wants her team to be the champions, and wants to Chelsea has already planned outings with these people. Like she's planned
you have
secret.
to do everything at the bar.
Can I be honest with you? This thing sucks
Why?
because it's leading to me being like pissy with my wife. Like I feel like
That's a choice, sir. That is a choice.
But I think that the choice has been made by the bar by making you not part of the same team with your
I
family.
thought that was brilliant.
Why?
Because then you do compete against each other. And then the idea is to get to know people, and then come up and have a drink. And so you're not just sitting there talking to your spouse, you're talking to everyone.
Kev, how would you feel if you took a girl to a bar? Okay, like picture this. You took a girl to a bar.
Okay.
You go order your drinks. You get your drinks. All right.
Let me get 2 Hennessy's, Cokes, make them doubles.
And the girl leaves to go hang out with other guys at the bar.
I
When you
always
put
have
it like that,
And you're standing there. You're standing there with
To be fair,
Doug.
you get pulled away by other people too.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
I try to focus on you.
You got Tina, you got Jess, you got ladies you can pull up and talk
Exactly.
to.
Jess actually is so on into this game. She's like literally is not even getting excited about this
She'll
thing.
get into
I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, this is gonna kind of cool. I got Jessica, and plus Jessica is like social media crazy all the time. Like she's always on. I'm thinking we're gonna actually win because she's got ideas that she
If
can
there
do.
is a social media challenge, I'm going to call.
No,
Yes on
Jessica
that.
hasn't brought anything to our team yet. And Jessica Christie, I'm calling you out that so far you've been really lackluster with our team. What's going on, Heather? How you doing?
I am doing great. How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic, Heather. What's up?
Well, I am super competitive. Anything my husband can do, I can do better. And he's just as competitive, but we also get really competitive as a team as well against other
Oh, really?
people. Like,
See,
it's just so much fun.
Do you understand? Like, I know if The Walking Dead happened and the world was ending and Chelsea and I were together, we would survive because she would keep me alive. If we had to go and not be together, she would eat my ass before.
R.I.P.,
Wait, no, hold on.
baby.
She would.
I was gonna say.
She would,
Sound like you
she
like
would
that.
kill me.
Eating this ass.
There's no ass eating around here.
No.
But Heather, my wife would be first to kill me just so that she could save everybody else, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, we don't. Do you know that Chelsea and I almost got divorced over a game of Monopoly because I gave all of my properties
That's cheating,
to
what
Courtney
you did.
Hoffman?
Yeah, that's
Shout out Courtney Hoffman.
I gave Courtney literally everything, and from that moment on, she would never play with me ever again. It was bad. I don't know. I hate this thing. I also think that this game that we're doing is doing nothing but making me have to pay money to this stupid place. What's up, Felipe?
Hey, Mojo, be honest. You're just mad because her team seems a lot more fun, and he's probably beating yours up.
Yes.
So far, honestly, I think that we were in the lead for a little bit. We got out to a quick lead, our team did, and now it looks like Chelsea's team has caught up to us, which sucks.
We're catching up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now you're getting afraid. I see.
Yeah, it is not. It has not been very fun. I'm not as excited about this as I was last week. Last week when we first joined this thing, I thought, "Oh, this is going to be easy. We've got a bunch of people on this team that are really cool."
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm realizing we got the really uncool team. That our team is kind of lame right now. But yeah, thank you for the call, Brendan. What's up? Hi.
What's up, Mojo?
What's going on, buddy?
Me and my girlfriend Emily were playing No Mercy Uno about 4 or 5 days ago, and in the first 5 minutes, we got into almost a bloodbath.
Really?
She hit you with that draw 4?
Reverse.
She made me draw 22.
Oh, y'all got the cards you can write on. That's what that is.
Let me.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was horrible.
Let me ask: out of
so bad.
Out of the two of you guys, who's gonna end up being the survivor? Which one of you guys is the survivor of this?
I don't know. I'm definitely more of the lover. She's definitely more of the intense one. So I don't know if I'm making it out of that alive.
Yeah, I think you're screwed. Well,
I think so.
I appreciate you, Brendan. Take care of yourself.
Of course. Have a good one.
All right. Take care.
So look, you knowing how competitive Chelsea is this a situation where you would allow her to win, or are you trying to win?
Allow?
Oh, well, she is a girl.
Allow? Okay.
Are you taking your foot off the gas? Or you...
No, I'm gonna do what I do all the time. I'm gonna flip the board over and go, I'm going to bed. That's my thing.
Taking all my toys out of the sandbox.
Exactly, and going home.
Mojo loves to argue with dumb people. He wears them down, then beats them with his experience. This is Mojo in the Morning.
Exactly. All right, it is Mojo in the Morning. Kev said that he looked at his parents. They were all together recently. He looked at his mom and dad, and he said, what?
I don't know how they ever decided to get married. Like, I feel like there are some relationships that, and obviously.
How old were you when they got divorced?
I think I might have been 18 or 19. Maybe
Okay.
I think it was like right after I graduated high school. I think.
Yeah.
I think if I had to remember. But yesterday we were dealing with some things as a family, high pressure situation. But that's no excuse but I think just yesterday was the moment that I was in the car. I was driving. My dad's in the passenger seat. My mom's in the back, and it just hit me like, I don't know how y'all ever worked, because it just seems like they have the pettiest arguments. And they argue over the dumbest stuff. Like, it got to a point where they were arguing about my mom telling him to park on the street so I could pull in the driveway. Like, that turned into an argument. Like, why I gotta park on the street? Why I gotta park on the street? Kevin, then they start, look at your text message. I told you ain't text me and say I could park on the street. Then he pulls up the text message and she told him he could park on the street. Just stupid arguments. And it gets sometimes to the point where, and you guys know, like, Mojo can say something that gets under your skin that somebody else can say that will just be water off a duck's back.
Rolled off, yeah.
He knows how to get under her skin And I feel like he just does it.
How long have they been divorced? Oh, so you said.
Yeah, no, I mean
18.
they were married almost 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah, they were together for a super long time.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, and he said recently, like Cav, by the way, Chelsea, and I think you heard this one on the air, just kind of reconnected with his dad, and kind of he and his dad got closer together.
Yeah,
but he is really, really a mama's boy. He protects his mom.
I love my mom.
You take care of your mom.
That's my dog.
When you see them together and you go, how do they ever together? Like whatever the deal is. Do you side more with your mom, or do you side and go, maybe my dad wasn't so,
I feel like when I was younger, it was completely side with my mom. Because
Yeah.
I grew up more around her, hearing her story, seeing her pain. So it was always more so me finding an understanding from her perspective. As I get older, I'll be like, yeah, I can see why y'all didn't work out. Because I can tell some of the stuff you be saying, Ma, just...
Well, there's no compromise now that they have to make. So now they can fight because they're not married. So now they can really just say like it is.
Whatever
when
they
you're
want.
married, you have to compromise. You have to.
Yeah. I don't know if it was ever much compromise. It was probably the reason why they're not married.
You know what's funny is that you like my parents had a good marriage. Like they really did have a good marriage. But I sometimes will in look at it. I'll sit there and look at my mom and my dad and go, what did they see in each other?
Yeah.
Like,
You
what I
know
mean?
what though? Not to say that your parents didn't have a good marriage, but do you really know that?
That is true.
That's a good
You
question.
don't know that.
I don't, because honestly, I do remember.
Your mom got sick when you were young, and
Yeah.
she passed away when you were young.
That's true.
And so I'm not doubting that they had a great marriage or a good marriage, but I think like we always fantasize that, and we don't like they probably had a real marriage.
Oh, can I tell
They
you?
probably had a lot of crap and a lot of great times, but
I remember one night in bed thinking my mom and dad were going to get divorced because they were like, my dad was like really arguing with my mom, like, yelling.
So they were normal.
And I remember my my sister saying, go to bed. You guys need to go to bed, because we were the little ones in the family, my two brothers. And I remember my brother Bill sitting across on the bed next to me, because we shared a room, and going, they're going to get divorced and you're going to have to go live with. He was like saying that stuff to me. And they were like yelling. And I was like, man, I don't want my mom and dad to get divorced.
Your brother sounded like the big dude from Home Alone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
He was. And I was Kevin.
Yes.
Yeah. 844 Mojo Live, 844-665-6548 is our telephone number. Cav says that he doesn't know how his parents were ever married after seeing them kind of needling at each other. I want to know if there are any people who either your parents did get divorced, or maybe they're still together, and you look back on them and go, how the hell did they get, and how have they ever see each other or see anything in each other?
Yeah.
Robin, what's up?
Hi, I've been married for almost 18 years, and I'll have to be honest, my first initial thought when Kevin said that, I laughed and I said, well, he hasn't been married, and he hasn't been married long enough to get it. It gets petty sometimes. It does get petty. I mean,
Do you think your kids ever, Robin, look at you and your husband and go, how the hell are these two together?
For sure. And they make you, I think my daughter said to me once, she's like, well, you're the one that married him.
That's actually a great line, isn't it? That's so funny. Chelsea, did your mom and dad? So Chelsea's mom and dad. It's Chelsea's dad is her stepdad that adopted her.
Right.
Your dad would come to you, wouldn't he, all the time? Like, wouldn't you guys were more close?
No, when I was younger, they never fought in front of us. As I'm an adult now, like he'll come to me if he's frustrated with my mom and like say, "Hey, what do I do?"
They never fought in front of you.
Never, not one time. But they grew up in both of their homes. Both of their parents argued a lot, and so they wanted the opposite. So the only time I knew my parents were arguing is they wouldn't speak to each other. It was a silent treatment.
Oh,
that's so tough not to argue in front of your children, man. Like the ability to hit that pause button in the highest height.
I don't think it's a good thing. I think you should fight in front of your kids.
Well, then you need to teach them conflict resolution.
Yeah. No, I think you should fight in front of your kids, because I think your kids should see not like physically fight, but I think you should let the kids know that you're having arguments.
I think you can have discussions, but when it gets to the point where y'all yelling at each other or y'all cussing, I don't think that should be.
But I think that your kids should see that a relationship is not normal if you're not having arguments at times,
But the yelling and the screaming?
No, it doesn't have to be yelling and screaming, but I think that occasionally you got to raise your voice.
You got to get loud.
Absolutely. You think I have always have this soft, beautiful voice?
Do y'all ever like got in a serious argument in front of the kids?
Of course.
Yeah.
Like screaming and
What was the
hollering?
worst one you think we ever got?
I don't know. I think, and we did, to be fair, when we were really struggling, we would wait until the boys went to bed. Jacob's room was above our living room, so he would say, "You thought I couldn't hear what you were saying, but I heard it all." Poor kid. That's why he's going to be a psychologist. But
he's in training.
Exactly. But so you try to protect your kids as much as you can. But
yeah. Keon, what's up?
I was going to say that often with the times, like if you see a child being born before or, around the time of marriage, that the parents often like stay together and, will work it out strictly for the child and for the benefit of the child. And when you see the child graduate or, get out of the house, that's when you start to see things, in a sense, fall apart.
Yeah.
Was that your situation with your family?
No, I had a friend whose parents, were recently divorced, and you kind of noticed that, when the kids were in the house, they tried to keep things together and, keep things close. But as soon as the kids graduated, it was obvious that, they were falling apart.
Did you, though, at any point with your friends, parents, did you ever look at them and go, God, I don't see these guys together? Like where they just didn't seem like they were affectionate?
There were several times. Well, I looked at them at first, they were the ideal marriage, but, behind closed doors, you get to see a lot of things that the public eye doesn't see.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting when your friends' parents, like I look at some of my friends whose parents, are still married today, and I often wonder, I can't believe they are, because they were always at each other. What's up, Samantha?
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
My parents got divorced when I was 16. And honestly, me and my brothers were like, thank God, because they were just bickering.
Yeah.
Now 16 years later, they got back together.
Ooh, what do you think of that?
I was all for it because they had like little times that they were dating between. My brother's like, what the hell's going on? But no, it's nice now because they get to be grandparents together. Like they have a ton of
That's cool.
grandkids. So it's enjoyable now, but I don't know what the difference is with the arguing. I don't know if it was the factor of the kids or
the couples
just Bill,
that reconnect like this, are they more affectionate with each other than they were the first go around?
I see more, yeah.
That's kind of wild.
But also I'm older. So
Wow.
I don't know what it was like back then, I guess.
Yeah. Why'd you just give me that look, Chelsea?
why are you asking?
I'm just
that
wondering.
question?
Maybe if we divorce, we'll
I
get
know,
more
you would
affectionate.
think I'd be more affectionate.
Stephanie, what's going on?
Hi, sorry, I'm not using my real name, but my parents have
What's that?
my parents have an arranged marriage, and to be honest, I don't think they should have ever gotten married because they have a lot of fights. And when we were younger, me and my sister, they told us that they were staying together because of us. And now that I'm 22 and my sister's 28, it's kind of like, well, why are you still together? You're fighting every single day.
Wow. That is so wild. First off, it's wild to know that your parents had an arranged marriage and that you came from an arranged marriage, which is honestly beautiful that you're here, right?
I mean, yeah, but sometimes I wonder if I'm a lab baby.
Wow. Well, you don't believe that. You know that you're not, or why you don't think they had sex?
I mean, I just can't see it. Like, they hate each other's guts.
Oh, no. Oh, man, that's sad. That is so sad. Would you ever, if the culture asked you to do another arranged marriage, would you ever personally do an arranged marriage?
So actually, my sister's like of marriage age right now, and they're like looking for her. But the thing is, she doesn't want one, and neither do I. So I don't know how we're gonna get out of that.
What age is that of marriage?
She's like 28 right now, so she's kind of past the time. My parents started looking for her when she was 25. So.
Oh my gosh. Wow. You want to really throw your parents for a loop? Bring Kevin home and say, I'm marrying this guy.
Yeah, that would totally work.
I want to see your parents will actually come together. That would be the one time they let's
really bring them together.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. That's a wild story. This is a great call. I appreciate you for calling us up and telling us this. Stephanie, I know your name's not Stephanie. That is the fakest name I've ever heard.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Take care of yourself.
I want
Shannon's Dirty coming up in less than 30. Give it to Mojo in the morning.
Actually, it's Kev's Dirty coming up in less than 30. Actually, it's coming up next. Mojo in the morning. This is actually a good time to segue from that last topic and talking about the caller that called in just a moment ago to have Lydia come on with us. Lydia.
Yay.
So, Lydia, we should do an arranged marriage for Lydia.
Lord, please don't
She
wish
already
that
getting
against
married.
me. What are you talking about?
I thought she was getting married.
Since when?
I don't know.
Do you know something
I thought
that
she
I
was in
don't?
love. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm overstepping.
Never mind. Moving on.
He was trying to force you into talking about.
Yeah, no, we'll talk about that when I come back.
That's coming. That's on the second season of Mojo in the morning. You know how TV shows have like the cutoff time where they go on hiatus for a little bit and then they come back on the new season of Chicago PD.
No marriage, just so everyone knows.
All right. So Lydia, for those that have been living under a rock in Iraq, is Chaldean. For those that don't know that she is Chaldean, Chaldean is an Iraqi Catholic. We all know that. Lydia wants to bring up something that she's been wanting to do and actually just started. What happened?
So yesterday, I ended up going to a language class to learn how to speak Aramaic, which is the language of my people in Iraq, the Chaldean Iraqi Catholics.
Fire.
So I have grown up predominantly speaking English, but I could understand when my parents spoke Chaldean. But now it's like, I think I want to get more involved in my culture because I feel left out. Like we'll be at family events and everyone can speak to one another. I can understand what they're saying, but I can't respond. So I always have my mom translate for me. And so I started in a language class yesterday.
Really?
Bianca came along too. It was at my church, but it was a lot of fun to try to learn how to speak Chaldean.
Did you take a language in high school at all?
I took Spanish.
Was it like Spanish class where you kind of get the notebooks or workbooks and stuff?
You got like a sheet of paper, a pen, and then the alphabet, like a sheet that had the whole Chaldean alphabet on it. So that was kind of cool, but it's just really hard to pick up on speaking, and it's a little embarrassing because, Mojo, I'm pretty sure you can do a pretty good impression on what it sounds like to speak Chaldean. Yep.
Is it hard to connect like with people in your community or those at church or even your family? Like, do you feel, I don't want to say like true Chaldean, but like, is there like a separation being that you don't speak the native language?
I don't think people take you as serious if they find out that you can't speak it. And that's how I feel. But I also want my kids to learn one day.
It's funny. The only time I ever hear any Chaldean friend of mine ever speak or be around speaking is when we go to like a Chaldean wedding, and at the church they'll occasionally they'll do whatever the language, and they'll get into it. Like I don't ever have, and I got a crap load of Chaldean friends, but they don't even to each other talk about me or around me
that you know of.
Right. You wouldn't understand it anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing the words come out of their mouth. I can. Can't you hear the words coming out of my mouth? So it's interesting that you're doing this. I think it's wonderful because it's your culture, and I think that you love your culture so much. But I find it to be interesting that you feel like you're not that Chaldean if you don't know how to speak.
I think it's because I've also dated guys who have said, like, if you can't speak Chaldean, like, there's going to be no future for us.
Wow.
Because they want their kids to learn as well. So
we
and
call
I think
those
that's
guys
fair, but
boaters.
Yeah.
Is that big? Is that big in the community?
Yeah, because we don't want the language dying.
Right.
And I don't want the language to die either. So I'm trying to take on the responsibility and honor that.
But like when dating, like they just immediately say, if you can't speak it, we can't be together. It's not a situation where like we can learn together. It's immediately you're just done.
No, I think that they would be willing to show me like the ropes, but at the same time, I think I want to learn on my own time.
And so what is the most difficult part? Because you know the words, right?
Yeah.
Because you understand what they're saying. So what is getting lost with you knowing it in your head and then it coming out of your mouth?
That's a good question. I think it's more so the pronunciation. Like it's really rough. And also I want to learn how to write it. And they write from right to left. How we write left to right.
Left to right.
So do you know any words?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
The bad words, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got that? And it's pretty cool because this was the language of Jesus. So that's another perk of learning.
That is wild. And, you know, it's interesting that being a Cuban, I've always wanted to be able to speak Spanish. And similar to what you just said about that, I can hear certain things and understand what certain, conversations are about. I know a lot of the swear words.
That's all you know.
That's pretty much. But I've never thought that I'm not that Chaldean, or not that Chaldean, not that Cuban because I don't speak it. Although my brother speaks fluent, but he's lived in Spain. He lives in Mexico right now.
Yeah.
He goes to Cuba all the time. So he actually has citizenship in Cuba, Mexico, and Spain and the United States.
United States, yeah.
Which is wild. But okay, so this is interesting with Lydia. We got to have Lydia do like a whole break one day where she just talks in nothing but Aramaic, and does I want Majid in the morning or whatever. What is morning? And what is more? Yeah, I'm Majid. Yeah. That's
I don't think that's either. It's
that's
probably
my
just Mojo.
Martin Manna gave me that as my Chaldean name. What's going on, Courtney? How you doing?
Hey guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Or subahu hair, that's how they say it in
Ooh,
Arabic.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Say it again so we know it.
Subahu hair.
Subakar hair.
Very
say it,
good.
Kev. Try
Great job,
Kev.
guys.
I'm going to let y'all
I
do
Come on, let me hear you. Let me hear you.
Hey, Courtney, say it one more time.
Okay. Subah hair.
Subah hair.
Why are you rolling your R's?
I thought that's what she did.
By the way, ICE is about to come in here and take you out of here. You better be careful. So, what do you think of Lydia doing this?
I think it's so cool that she's learning Aramaic. I'm trying to learn Arabic first. I work at Wayne State, and I get to take classes there. And then I definitely want to go to church and learn Aramaic. I think Lydia's right. Like, it's not just that they don't take you seriously. If you practice with them, they'll straight up laugh at you. They'll be like, "Oh, you're so cute for trying." She was being nice, you guys. It's hard out here, but it's worth it because, like, once they see you're like serious about it and you're not just throwing out a phrase, they'll really like correct you and like try and help you because. Just like Lydia said, like we don't want the language dying out or anything.
I can't believe though
And
a
it's valuable skill.
guy would pass up a very wonderful future wife because they don't speak the language though.
I agree. I think that's stupid because it's like if it's that important to you, then help me learn. Like practice with me. I'm not going to learn by myself. Like we have all kinds of parents and people who know, but like nothing's going to be better than one-on-one texting someone or calling them and talking to them every day. So that's what I try to do is just practice with the people I know. And that's dumb. I'm sorry that happened to you, Lydia. But we already know some of these Chaldean guys are dumb. So you guys don't worry about it.
That's by the way, if you say it in a different inflection, it sounds like you're calling them a name. So you Subakar hair.
It sounds like you're saying Chewbacca hair.
Thanks, Courtney. I love you. Thank you. What's going on, Alex? Hi.
Hey, Mojo. First time, long time.
Hey, Alex.
Alex on the phone.
What's up?
What's going on, guys? So, my wife's from Germany. She came here 12 years ago, and because we got married, I started learning German through Babbel. And that app's been a pretty good app for me to learn through. Make it look more of a game.
It's funny, we run all those commercials all the time, and they're very, very Babbel is very, very popular. I wonder when people do that, when they buy the tapes or the whatever it is, that you're listening on. I wonder if it actually works. What is it? Just repeating the things over and over again?
Yeah, they show you like different pictures and different ways to pronounce the word, different voices.
Yeah.
So you get to, and then my wife speaks to her mom on like Skype.
All right, you say German, right?
Stuff from there. Yeah.
All right, let me know if I hit this right. Guten Morgen, Freund.
Guten Morgen. Yeah, sehr good.
Wow.
You know me? Let's go. That's right on Google.
Get it, Kim?
Listen to this guy. Oh my God, that's.
Why don't you please just speak English? Maybe I can understand you.
Wow, that's amazing, Alex.
What's up? So I love learning the different language. It's fun.
That is, by the way, love. You'll do that for
Right.
your girl.
I wonder if people, like, sometimes you'll go to, like, a resort. Say you go to Cancun, somewhere in Mexico, and you try to flex your little 5 sentences, you know.
They
I
know.
do they hate it or do they like it?
They'll hate it, I'm sure.
For real?
So my brother owns a restaurant in Puerto Vallarta, and he says it's funny because people think he's just because he's so white. People think he's just like a normal white dude, you know, whatever.
A gringo.
A gringo. And so they'll walk up to him and they'll talk like really slow. They'll go, "Hi, how are you?"
Yeah, when you talk to someone who speaks a different language, isn't it funny how we get louder as if they are deaf?
Manny, what's up, Manny?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, buddy. What's up?
Good. Hey, so I can relate to Lydia being able to understand another language and not being able to speak it. So I'm going to be 46 years old, and I'm Hispanic, and I can understand Spanish, and I can, like my dad. My dad speaks Spanish to me, and I respond in English to him, and it's a good conversation that we can have. But if I'm in sales, and if I have somebody that comes in and speaks Spanish, I can't respond, and I can't think fast enough to respond to them in Spanish, but I can understand what they're saying.
Manny, you're like me, buddy. You're the second generation of a great Hispanic. The problem, he gave you the name Manny as a name, but you sound like I don't know. You sound like Bob. I don't know. You don't sound like a Manny.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I can, and I married a white girl, so I think part of it is I'm not around it daily. For example, for our honeymoon, we're going to be married 25 years next Tuesday. And
Congrats.
We went to Cancun. Thank you. We went to Cancun for our honeymoon 25 years ago. And it really made it a lot easier for me to speak it when I was in Cancun, because life is a little easier when you can go around Cancun and speak the language.
Yeah, use it or lose
get what
it.
you want a little bit faster.
All you need to know when you go to Cancun is cerveza. That's all you got to say, right?
Por favor.
Por favor.
Por favor.
Yeah, exactly. I can't believe how many Chaldeans are calling in and saying that they agree with Lydia. It's tough to find a man if you don't speak Aramaic.
That's tough, bro.
I don't know any of these guys that seem like they know it. I'm gonna have to ask all my Chaldean buddies and say, talk to me in Aramaic. I want to hear what they have to say, if they even know this stuff.
Lydia, is the class that you go to primarily women?
No, it's a mixture of men, women, and kids.
This is where she's gonna meet her husband. She's gonna meet him there. That's gonna be amazing. You watch. It's gonna be some guy that's there. He's gonna
How
be
you
about-
say marry me in Armenian?
in Armenian.
Armenian.
My fault.
Different language.
Yeah, I want to know that one too then.
Hold on, Tara. You there, Tara? I'm going to grab you before we go. What's up, Tara?
Yes, hello. First time, long time.
Hey, Tara on the telephone.
Yeah, my boyfriend, I'm trying to learn the same Aramaic for my boyfriend right now, and he actually didn't say it was a deal breaker, but he was also wanting me to learn it to keep the language alive.
That's wild. That is wild.
Which is fine to word it that way.
Yeah.
To keep it alive. But to say it's a deal breaker, I mean, and by the way, sir, there are going to be plenty of things that you need to learn in marriage that could be a deal breaker.
Did you learn? Did you learn?
Totally. If language is the one thing that's a deal breaker, I just don't think it's going to work out.
For sure.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, I did not learn. I'm trying to learn. I wanted to go to the classes yesterday, but I couldn't make it.
Man, I actually told Chelsea I'll learn how to speak proper English if I can.
And
then she can say.
He still hasn't.
It's like, okay, I'll figure that one out.
Husband.
Husband. I know. Don't make fun of milk.
Milk.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
Cheated on? Don't let revenge be in your plans. He'll screw himself over eventually. Another War of the Roses is after 9 on Mojo in the Morning.
All right. We're getting to Kev's Dirty here in a second.
Dirty.
First, we're giving you a chance to win our summer Cars, Cash, and Gas. Quickly go grab your phone, hit that Mojo button on your saved numbers, 844-MOJO Live, 844-665-6548, and be the 95th caller so that you can win a brand new car this summer.
Mojo in the Morning's Dirty on the 30.
Do you need any audio for this Dirty on
I
30?
think Zach may have put a Selena Gomez piece, but we're going to get into that a little bit later.
Okay, that's a tease, by the way. That's a great tease.
Listen, it's not going to be dirty, maybe a little dusty, but not dirty.
Hold on a second.
The NBA draft took place last night in Brooklyn, New York, with drafted number 1 overall.
With the first pick
In the 2025 NBA Draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Cooper Flagg from Duke University.
Yes, indeed. Everyone knew Cooper was going number 1. He's been highly sought after winning the high school championship, after his first season at Duke. He's incredible.
Blew it in the Final Four and screwed my brackets.
Yeah, Cooper is the first white American player drafted number 1 overall since 1977.
Larry Bird.
No.
Who?
Kent Benson.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I guess most famous.
because Magic was the first pick.
Yeah, in that Larry Bird draft.
In that draft, yeah.
And my personal opinion, he will be the greatest white American player to ever play. I think he's going to end up being better than Larry Bird.
It's kind of interesting that if he does amount to something, like it would be kind of interesting to see him rebuild a franchise, but it would be wild to see the WNBA and the NBA with both players being these white players. That
be the first time we've ever seen it, but I think he has the skill in order to be one of the greats.
Yeah.
In other draft news, huge shout out to Michigan State's Jace Richardson, drafted to the Orlando Magic.
Oh, that's a great pick for those guys.
Yes,
that team's
indeed.
really good.
Yes, indeed. And shout out to Danny Wolf of the Michigan Wolverines. He's headed to the Brooklyn Nets.
That guy's a flop. Come on.
Why you say that?
I don't know. He's just kind of a big dorky dude. I don't know. I just can't see him as an NBA player. Although somebody told me that they think that he's got a lot of Mehmet Okur in him. Remember Mehmet Okur?
He won a championship
He
with
was
us.
great with the Pistons.
Yeah. Love Mehmet. Brian Johnson, more known as the Liver King.
Yeah.
What's up?
Shannon would be bored
I
by
was
this
gonna
dirty
say,
stuff.
this
Are
is
you
so
boring?
boring.
Are you boring?
We're switching gears.
All right, go ahead,
Do you know
Chelsea.
the Liver King, Chelsea?
I do.
Okay, so the Liver King posted a series of threatening videos on Instagram days before he was actually just arrested.
Who's the
in
Liver
Austin,
King?
Texas? Liver King?
Yeah.
He's a social media guy that makes his bones and is known because he literally eats animal parts, livers,
Liver,
balls, penises.
And he said that that's how he was healthy.
Yeah, it's like this is the way you're supposed to eat. He's got muscles, and he's basically saying if you just do this and live this lifestyle, you can look like I do.
What did he get arrested for?
He got arrested because he's been threatening Joe Rogan. He actually went on Twitter or X and said, "You never have came across something like this, willing to die, hoping that you'll choke me out because that's a dream come true." And police finally got him. And he's been arrested outside the Four Seasons Hotel and charged with terroristic threats, a Class B misdemeanor. So he's locked up right now.
Rogan had Bernie Sanders on
Great
yesterday.
interview.
It was amazing interview. And actually, I give Bernie a lot of credit, and I give Rogan a lot of credit. Rogan comes prepared for his interviews.
Indeed.
And Bernie actually was pretty honest about when Rogan was coming after him about climate change,
Yeah.
and him going, "I didn't read that article. I
Yeah,
don't know the
I
article."
don't know.
I loved it. I thought it was actually really
That's how
good.
you should be. And one of the points that Bernie brought up was how much he enjoys that long form conversation.
Yeah,
You don't
it
get
was
these
cool.
7-minute clips. Great watch if you.
He doesn't
got an
comb
hour
his
and a
hair
half.
though. I never understand why he never
Bernie?
combs his hair. Yeah.
He's old.
Yeah.
I don't know. Lastly, Selena Gomez getting married to Benny Blanco, but who was her first crush? She said in an interview.
Can I tell you my first one that I had a crush on? Ice Cube.
My God, but he's amazing.
Ice
I know.
Cube.
Like I never could tell. I had the biggest crush on him. I was like
Really?
5.
I love that.
So weird, but I just thought he would protect me.
Wow.
5 years old, she had a crush on gangsta ass Ice Cube from NWA and thought he could protect her.
I love Ice Cube.
Lord. Last but not
I
least,
think you
shout
said
out.
that was your last story.
I did.
He did, but that's okay.
Well,
Go to the next
this
one.
ain't really a story. Just shout out to America's favorite witch, Glinda, Ariana Grande, celebrating her 32nd birthday today. Happy birthday, Ariana.
Galinda.
Is Galinda?
Galinda.
Why? What did you say?
I probably just said Glinda.
Glinda.
My bad.
Galinda.
Hi, for real?
For real.
All right.
Did you
I
watch
trust
the movie?
you. I fell asleep on Weekend too.
That was a great movie.
That movie was long as hell. I wasn't into it.
Oh,
I like the last
yes.
30 though. I saw that part.
Defying Gravity.
Yes.
Go ahead. End this thing.
Dirty. Oh,
No,
for all the dirty and the dust, check out the iHeartRadio app.
Celebrity Dirt. Directly from the source. It's Mojo in the Morning's Dirty on the 30.
So far, Lydia got the gold on this one.
Oh, by far.
I think Kevin might have gotten himself a bronze. I don't even know if it's a silver. I think I'm a silver.
What's no contesting here.
We've done the 3 dirties so far. You can listen to them on our podcast. Last but not least dirty will be our good friend Zach doing it next hour. What's up, Amanda?
Hi, Mojo.
Hey, say hi to Kev and Chelsea, my wife, who's in for Shannon this morning, filling in, helping us out.
Hey, Kev.
What
hey,
up?
Chelsea.
Hello.
Love you guys.
We love you too. Yes.
We love you too.
Congratulations. You're a winner.
Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much. I tried calling last hour, didn't get in. I tried you guys again, and I finally got through.
You got through. Summer of Cars, Cash, and Gas. A brand new 2025 loaded Chevy Trax or $20,000 cash this summer. You are going to be winning, Amanda.
Woohoo! Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Have the best day. It's going to be a nice day, I think. I think we're getting storms later. Oh, by the way, I'll talk about this next, but I'm going to be out at the Hour Magazine Best of in Detroit. Hour Magazine's a great magazine. They awarded me best DJ or something like that. And they still call us DJs.
I think you got DJ of the year.
DJ of the year. But I'm going to get to go there tonight and help them with a quick little MC thing in the beginning of the thing, get my award, and then hurry up home and go to bed.
Congratulations to you, by the way, man.
Our magazine, thank you. It's at the Weston Book Cadillac tonight. And I think there are tickets still available for that. So if you're going to be going, make sure that you go. I have no idea what I'm going to be wearing in this thing. Like, I have no clue. They said it's old Hollywood or something like that. I don't know what the...
For real?
Yeah, like the look is...
Oh, it's a theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just want to wear a golf shirt and a pair of shorts and go home.
Peter Millar? Grayson doesn't make tuxes?
No, best of Detroit. I got to wear Detroit.
Add Mojo in the morning to your presets on our free iHeartRadio app. And never miss War of the Roses, the second date update, Am I the A-Hole, or the Throwback Throwdown. Channel 955.
It's Mojo in the mornings. Motor City traffic.
An accident 94 eastbound at Woodward Avenue is on the right shoulder, but it will have you slowing from Lanyo. Also, traffic is heavy in pockets on 94 westbound between Harper and Mount Elliott. And in Washtenaw County, 94 westbound slows Michigan Avenue to US 23. I'm Heather Pasco with traffic.
An iHeart radio station.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Shop Mattress Firm's July 4th sale and reclaim your restless nights. Choose from a curated premium selection of mattresses to find just the upgrade you're looking for. Get matched, sleep at night.
So can I tell you, and this is not scripted or anything like that, I'm going to tell you why I'm a Bell Tire person. I became a Bell Tire big-time customer about 10 years ago. And it was 10 years ago when I went to their competitor, which was right next door. It's weird. They had locations right next door. And they told me that I needed a whole new set of tires when I had an issue with one of my tires. And I'm like, this is crazy. I just got, these tires not that long ago. How would my tires be wearing? And they showed me all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, let me think about this. And normally I'm the person that just goes and buys it because I don't know anything about cars. I decided, all right, I'm going to get a second opinion. I went next door to Bell Tire. Bell Tire literally just had to patch and put air in my tire. And they were so honest about it. They're family owned. They're amazing. And with summer here, whether you're planning a long road trip going up north or maybe short trips around town, Bell Tire can get you taken care of. With 55 locations across Metro Detroit, there is no need to go to anybody else for your car needs. And you don't need to be sitting there making appointments too. Visit your neighborhood Bell Tire or shop at belltire.com for more details.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is coming back to Las Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena. September 19th and 20th.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
And you can be there.
For a weekend full of superstar performances.
Featuring
Tate McRae. Ed Sheeran. Lil Wayne. Jelly Roll. I'm not okay. Maroon 5. Mariah Carey. Glorilla. And more. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Never seen before collaborations. And once in a lifetime artist moments you'll have to see to believe.
Music brings
brings us together.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Go to AXS.com to get your tickets today. And we'll see you at our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
This hour is sponsored by Sam Bernstein Law.
Injured? Call 1-800-CALL-SAM and get Michigan's first family of law. Call Sam.
Tossing, turning, waking up tired. Your mattress isn't doing you any favors. It's time to check out a new one. At Gardner White, our team has carefully picked the best options for comfort, support, and cool features in a mattress without blowing your budget. In fact, there are 10 models for $699 or less. So come in this weekend, try them out, and we'll give you a $50 MasterCard just for lying down. Everyone deserves a great night's sleep. And the best place to try before you buy is Gardner White.
The Big Three is back this Sunday on CBS and Vice. Fast-paced, physical 3-on-3. Michael Beasley, Dwight Howard, Lance Stevenson, Frank Nitti, Paul Millsap, Mario Chalmers, Jordan Crawford, Jason Richardson, Joe Johnson, Montrezl Harrell, and more. Live on CBS, 1 p.m. Eastern.
What up, Detroit? Kev is here letting you know about Total Wireless, the wireless provider that's always in your corner. You see, Total Wireless has unlimited phone plans starting at $25 a month per line when you get 4 lines. But the best part, Total Wireless is running on the #1 network here in Detroit, so you get all that unlimited data that never slows you down. So what are you waiting for? Stop by your nearest store today. In times of traffic, your data may be temporarily slower. Additional terms apply. Rankings based on Root Metrics Detroit Root Score Report, first half 2025.
Home run! That's my girl.
She's a star.
Yeah, since I started giving her children's Claritin, she can actually play without allergies getting in the way.
I should try that. My boy's over there sneezing in the batter's box.
Oh, you should. It's pediatrician recommended and provides 24-hour non-drowsy relief. Plus, the chewables are dye-free.
So he can focus on his swing instead of his symptoms.
Exactly. He'll be hitting home runs in no time.
Claritin clears. Use as directed.
You ready for some locked-in summer value? At Sam's Club until July 22nd, prices are held on over 1,000 items, including summer must-haves like sunscreen and ice cream. Go sign up for a membership and join Sam's Club today at samsclub.com/join.
4th of July savings are here at the Home Depot, so it's time to get your grilling on. Pick up the Traeger Pro Series 22-pellet grill and smoker, now on special buy for $389, was $549. Smoke a rack of ribs or bake an apple pie. This grill is versatile enough to do it all. This summer, no matter how you like your steaks, your barbecues are guaranteed to be well done. Celebrate 4th of July with fast free delivery on select grills right now at the Home Depot. Subject to availability.
If better sleep is at the top of your summer wish list, first off, I totally get it, but you are in luck. Those hot summer nights of tossing and turning, they end right here, okay? You need to check out the brand new Snooze Mattress Company in Troy. They've got some incredible deals during their 4th of July sales event on Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and so many more top names in comfort and something called Cool Tech Sleep to keep you cooler and therefore sleep better. It is the brand new Snooze Mattress Company on Big Beaver in Troy. If you don't snooze, you lose.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on home and auto insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your house sitter has the new code first before leaving for vacation. System lockout. But that's the code. Contacting authority. I'm out of here.
Oh, seriously, the car too?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a home and auto bundle that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Potential savings vary. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Listen to Channel 955 anytime. Free on the iHeart app.
Presented by Top Dog Law. Top Dog get you top dollar. Go to topdoglaw.com. That's topdoglaw.com.
My mom said I'm not like anyone else. She's right. Kids train like athletes. We need doctors trained for kids.
Kids' bones and muscles are unique. That's why they need the care found at Children's Hospital of Michigan.
At Children's Hospital of Michigan, your child can see a pediatric, orthopedic, and sports medicine specialist in just 48 hours because waiting isn't an option.
Treating kids isn't part of what we do. It's everything we do. Learn more at childrensdmc.org/athletes.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up.
Going up.
But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button.
Going down.
We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free Samsung 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
More Mojo in seconds.
Hey, Lucido Fine Jewelry is the place to go to for your engagement rings. They are your engagement ring headquarters. And I want you to go to the Lucido Jewelry in Sterling Heights and walk in and say to Joe Lucido, I know you're dyeing your hair. Just tell him Mojo told him to say that. I'm joking, by the way. No, yeah, do that, please. Lucido Fine Jewelry.
This report is sponsored by Macy's.
Temperatures starting off cooler this morning, though we are going to get really warm. Temperatures in the high 80s this afternoon with some storms coming our way.
What's the one sale you can't miss? It's Macy's One Day Sale. Come into Macy's and find the best prices of the month on Levi's shorts, Alfani sneakers, even diamond rings. It's a day unlike any other day. You can't miss Macy's One Day Sale.
This hour of Mojo in the Morning is powered by Snooze Mattress, now open in Troy.
Here's what's trending now on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
Yeah, it's official. We're halfway to Christmas. Time to bust out the Christmas decorations and crank up the cheer with some nonstop holiday hits right now on iHeart Christmas Radio. Plus, she's bold, she's unfiltered, and she's ready to tell all. The one and only Julia Fox joins On Purpose with Jay Shetty for an honest, real, and exclusive interview that's sure to get people talking.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
Live from the Planet Fitness Studios. Planet Fitness, judgment-free and just $15 a month.
This hour on Channel 955, powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto accident attorneys. Visit autolaw.com.
That's autolaw.com.
Cheat and you'll get caught. It's the War of the Roses in minutes on Mojo in the Morning.
Mojo in the Morning. The Our Magazine event is tonight, and I want to reiterate that I am so grateful that these guys gave us the love that they gave us, and they give us all the time. And tonight they're having a big special event that they are inviting. Well, here's the thing. They said, will you go up there? And I guess, I don't know. I think I'm introducing somebody that is the person, the main person hosting the entire event.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to do that. But they awarded this show over the years numerous awards, and they always do the greatest job of. Let me sit down because we're still on video. They always do the greatest job of packaging these really cool, like, plaques that we can hang on the wall. And every year they do amazing ones. One year they had one of them. It looked like two naked guys together hanging out. Oh. And I remember hanging it in the office. And I remember,
was that you and Spike? Or?
It might have been. I think it was. I hung it in the office, and I remember we had a Boy Scout troop that would, remember we used to have kids that would come and they would like tour the studios, which by the way, we're always open for that. If people want to do like tours here because they get their communication badge or something like that. And I'll never forget the Boy Scout troop that toured the studio, the office, and they walk in, and the first thing that the kids notice everything.
Yeah.
Like kids go to museums and they notice the naked nipple on a statue.
As do you.
As do I. You're right.
As do you.
That's my wife, Chelsea, by the way. Hi, Chelsea. So the kid walks into the room and he goes, "What are they doing?" And I'm like, they're honoring us as the morning show of the year. That's what they're doing. So I'm excited to see what they do this year for their plaques and stuff. But it's the Best of Detroit. It's at the Weston Book Cadillac. The event tonight starts at, I think, 7 o'clock-ish or something like that, just after 7. Siri from our sales department is awesome. It's presented by Crown Royal. Siri, who works here at the office.
Shout out Siri.
Is honestly a big reason probably that we even got the award and nominated for this thing because of her involvement with Hour and knowing Hour and all the great things that those guys do. But I'm excited for it. Chelsea, you're going to be joining me.
I am.
Which I'm excited about.
Y'all got the clothes picked out? What did you say the theme was?
So the theme is...
I think I want to say it's Old Hollywood.
Old Hollywood.
Great Gatsby type vibes.
And I got to tell you something. I'm not really Hollywood and not really. Well, I guess I'm old, but I don't have I'm not a dressy type of person. You know, like I actually was going to go out and buy myself a new suit. And I decided that I do that all the time, and I ended up going to buy a new suit at Sam Michaels over on a middle belt. I think I got more suits for one-offs for one event.
Yeah,
a wedding here.
I was about to ask because the last time I feel like we talked about you getting a suit was for that wedding. Would you wear that? Do you feel like that's all Hollywood?
So Brad Galley's going with us too. Okay. So Brad and Claire are going to be with us, and Brad won Best Sportscaster. So
well deserved.
So I said do we have Brad? Can you call Brad Galley and make sure you call Brad and not Bad Galley, not Victor, because Victor changed the numbers in our phone system here.
How did he get in?
He was here auditioning for the show.
And he did it. Oh, Victor's crazy.
He's got. So Brad, I asked Brad because Brad dresses really nice, and Brad's like, you got to go see my friends over at State and Liberty. Brad, I guess, has a really good friend over there that's the manager of the place. So he connected me, and I go, I don't have time. I don't have time to go and get a whole new suit. So I don't know. What do you think I wear tonight, Charles?
I think what you wore to the wedding is fine.
Is it?
Yeah. I think that was good.
You don't like the Grayson's sport jackets I bought?
I don't.
Why? What is this? Do they not fit me or what?
I just don't think that they're very flattering.
On me?
In general, I think that they're a little too soft. They need a little bit more structure to them.
Oh, really?
They look amazing on the hanger and on their model.
Yeah, but not on your husband.
But listen, even Luke got one and I wasn't.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I love it, though. It's so comfortable.
It's comfortable. I know that's why you like it.
That's the whole thing. I don't
and
even
you know
care.
What, though? If you love it, that's all that matters.
I wore it for when I hosted with Tracy Wilson from CBS Sports, the U of M big party that they did. Yeah. And I got a lot of compliments, but I think people complimented me because they normally see me in such bad clothes, anytime that I dress myself a little bit.
Chelsea, you got to get Mojo a tailor suit. Would you ever get him a tailor suit?
I think yeah.
Okay. My boy Nelson, it's not shameless. He owned a suit. I mean, it's bespoke, man. It's called Dandy Detroit. Nelson will get you right, bro. I'm telling you. I'm going to hook you up. He going to put you together. It's going to be the best you've ever looked in your life because Nelson don't play.
I said that the only thing that I really need, so I got two big events coming up that I'm hoping for. One is I'm hoping that I can get into that Hall of Fame, which would be cool. Mm-hmm. So I nominated again. I think they announced it this week.
This the year, bro. 25 for 25.
So if I get that, I got to get something nice for that. And I'm going to go get myself like a nice outfit for that. And then Joe and Alyssa getting married, I definitely need to wear like a tux or something to that, but I don't know what's going on. Brad is on with us right now. Brad Galley from Channel 7.
Yeah.
The Hour Magazine Sportscaster of the Year. Hi, Brad.
Good morning. Good morning.
Brad, I asked you advice. I asked you clothing advice, and you always have the nicest stuff that you wear. What are you wearing tonight to the site?
Man, I can't think of a joke this fast. It's early. I was going to say birthday suit, but
you know what? I'll take that as a joke. That's a good one.
Oh wow, the audience loved it.
Yeah.
I got a new suit after you and I talked. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get a new suit too. So
you were a dick.
I was due.
You told me you were just going to wear a sport coat with no tie, and now you actually got all done up, and I'm going to look like the idiot.
No. Just a suit, no tie. Please, ties are going to stay home tonight. Yeah, I got a new suit. It's going to fit good.
Did you go get it at State and Liberty?
Yes. Yeah.
Look at this guy.
They're the best. And you know who was in there right before?
Who?
Red Wings captain Dylan Larkin.
Of course. See that? Did you interview him, or when you walk into just a regular thing and you run into one of the sports guys like him or Aiden Hutchinson or whatever, do you actually like grab your phone and start interviewing them?
No. Yesterday at the Rocket Classic, Dylan and Alex DeBrincat were golfing, and I talked with Alex about taking our kids to Disney for like a whole. We were just talking about taking kids and where we like to stay and what kind of snacks we like to eat. So no, man, just you know how it goes.
Brad is a Disney adult like our son Joe.
Mm-hmm.
You and Joe need to grow up. Chelsea and I talk about this. Do you know that Joe has been to Disney 4 weeks in a row?
See, I don't think that's a very nice thing to say, grow up. I think you need to look yourself in the mirror and realize that you've never grown up, and that's why people love you.
Well, Brad can go now because he has his kids.
Yes.
And
Joe doesn't
so
have
you
kids.
take your kids. Yeah, Joe goes for dinner.
Well, he lives in Tampa. So.
Right.
Yeah. If you
and I would go little pizza at Via Napoli and Epcot. That'd be so good.
Okay, that is true. That is good.
Brad, question for you. If you worked in the Orlando or Tampa markets, would you be at Disney all the time? Would you be that Disney influencer like Joe does?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's
Absolutely.
great.
What are you wearing tonight? We gotta get back to you. What are you wearing?
So I might just wear the same suit that I wore to Jamie Keikos' wedding that we just recently went to, and I might just have a shirt on, and I'll do what you told me to do. I won't wear a tie. I'll have like a top unbuttoned.
Pants or no pants?
I will wear pants. I don't suits.
Okay.
Suits aren't good for me. So here's the problem with suits. Suits don't fit like jeans do. Where jeans are good. I like to wear things below my belly, and every time I go buy a suit, the guys that fit for the suits all say you have to wear them above your belly button, and I can't wear above my belly button because
what?
Yeah, do you wear your suits?
Did you get your fitting? I told you to go to State and Liberty.
So you told me that, and my problem though is it wouldn't be in time. So I said that I do have to go get something. But
they're stretchy pants, man. You can do squats in them.
But Chelsea just told me, are they like Grayson? Because I like the Grayson ones because they're stretchy, and Chelsea told me that the Grayson ones look like crap on me.
I didn't say like crap. I just.
Not flattering, she said.
I'd like to see you do a full 360 look in those Grayson pants and let me judge myself.
All right. Maybe I'll put them on. Hold on a second. We got somebody named Bad Galley on the phone with Brad Galley.
Oh, no.
Victor?
Hey, good morning, guys. I'm really excited about tonight. I think we should coordinate what we're going to be wearing.
Hey.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Bad Galley, I talked to you last week, I think, and I said, let's not make this a big deal about dressing up so I don't look like an idiot. And you told me nothing about going to get fitted for another suit like Brad Galley did.
Well, I told you what you should do is wear like a sport coat and a shirt and shorts like that guitarist from AC/DC. you know, like a schoolboy's uniform. I mean, it would fit in perfectly. The schoolboy theme would fit in good with old Hollywood because we know old Hollywood. You're probably going to go in there and drink some kid's blood or something like
that. An Illuminati meeting.
Walk into like
this is
a
why he's
store.
Bad
Like,
Galley.
Are there any Harvey Weinstein costumes?
No, I should not have picked you up, Victor.
Can we talk about Can we stop the nonsense and talk about what the women are going to be wearing? I mean, nobody cares what you guys are wearing.
Yeah,
you guys are handsome devils.
Chelsea,
we want to talk about what.
Chelsea has this dress, Brad. That is this red dress. It is so hot on her. She's wearing a black dress instead, and I'm pissed at her. So I need to get her to wear this thing.
Not wearing the red one.
How fancy are you getting? Because Claire's going to ask me that.
So, yeah, tell Claire I'm actually going to wear the same thing I wore to Jamie's wedding. I am repurposing that dress. It's just a long black lace dress. Very simple.
Hey,
wow.
It's beautiful.
A question for the gentleman.
Yes.
Have you ever put on a suit, and this has happened to me before, where you put on a suit and or a sport coat, and you're going somewhere, whether it's a wedding or whatever, and you reach in the side pocket and you pull out like a funeral card or something. And you're like, oh my God, this is the last time I've ever worn this.
Yes, I swear to you. Or the
is that so crazy?
2 weeks ago. Yeah. Yes, exactly. It happened to me.
Although you wear suits all the time on TV, but you wear like more jackets, right, Brad?
No, I never wear a tuxedo. I wore one of the Emmys, and I had a bunch of mints and a funeral card in it, I swear to you, 2 weeks ago. And then I went 0 for 3 and lost every Emmy I was up for.
How did you lose? Who did you lose to?
Some really talented people, honestly, man.
Stop
but
that.
I was so bummed.
No.
I was so bummed.
It was rigged. It was rigged.
I'm telling you, it's time.
Brad, do you ever wear shorts when you're at the desk? Like, are you wearing shorts?
No.
No? Okay.
Integrity, man. Integrity. I wear the full pants.
He's my favorite report that Brad has done in the last month has been the report on his son's team and the team that he coaches winning the Little League championship. That was honestly in the fact that your son had a walk-off looking just like his uncle DJ LeMahieu, which was pretty freaking Brad. Did you almost cry when you were showing the highlights of that thing?
Mojo almost cried, man. I've been crying for a month since that happened. It was the best. Matthew's the sweetest little boy. I said, did you know what was at stake? Did you know you were going up there? You could have won the game. He goes, I was just trying to get a single, Dad. I was just trying to get a single.
Hey, Brad, is there any truth to the rumor that Channel 4 is investigating your son for HGH. That's what I heard. I don't know.
I think his line just got cut off, didn't it, Mojo?
They did. We're gonna
call people.
I know they're haters.
Listen, I got to tell you something. Brad Galley should have won the Emmys. Tell the Emmys it's nonsense. He's an Hour Magazine winner. Brad Galley and Bad Galley on the Mojo in the Morning Show. I love you, buddy. I'll see you guys tonight.
Wear pants, okay?
All right, we'll see you. I will. All right, enough of this. I told you.
Bad Galley is my favorite.
WKQI Detroit, WSNX Muskegon Grand Rapids, WVKS Toledo. 3 great stations, 1 stupid show. This is Mojo in the Morning, live.
War of the Roses, busting cheaters. Right afterwards, I'm going to give you a word to enter on our website to win $1,000. We're paying your bills next.
Catching cheaters and proud of it.
Ow, I'm sorry.
It's your home for War of the Roses on Mojo in the Morning.
Hey, Tina.
Hi there.
Tina, you're dating a guy whose face turned up on a dating profile.
Yes.
And you were told this by what? Some friends of yours that saw it?
A girl messaged me on my own Instagram about it.
Knowing that you guys were dating and saying this looks a little sketchy. You confronted him, and what did he say to you?
He said that it was somebody pretending to be him that had stolen his pictures.
Oh, yeah, that did just happen to me. What was the dating app?
It was Tinder.
Do you believe him when he tells you that, or do you still have some doubts?
I still have some doubts about it. I feel weird.
Is all the information about him his information, or did they do like they've done for Shannon where they used a fake name?
All the information was the same. In fact, there were even some pictures on there I had never seen before.
Wow.
So they had to be his.
Oh, okay. And so pictures that like he doesn't have on his social media at all, that they could have just been taken from the internet.
Absolutely. I've never seen them.
Who told you about this?
A girl messaged my Instagram, and I think she might actually be the one who he's talking to.
A girl that you don't know?
Yeah. Never heard of her.
So what did she do? She did a deep dive on him to see that you're somebody that is in his life?
All right, how the hell did she find you?
Yeah, I think she became interested and went and looked at his social media and found him and found me.
That's weird.
It's weird, but it's also, I think that happens where people will see somebody or meet somebody, and then
deep dive.
They'll go check out their social media and then go, okay, this has got to be his girlfriend, and then they'll follow up. I mean, people they get burned all the time.
Yeah.
You think that this girl's just trying to start?
I guess if I'm putting my mind inside of the criminal, I just wouldn't go find the person's profile and see if they're in a relationship and see who that person is tagged and then reach out to the person that's tagged and say, hey, I'm the person.
Because you're not a girl. You're not a girl.
Yeah,
Every girl would.
I guess I passed. I don't know.
All right, we're going to call him up to see where he's going to send a dozen free roses. He claims that he's not doing any of this stuff. If he's cheating, we'll figure it out. Tina, do us a favor, mute your phone and don't say a word, okay?
Okay.
All right, War of the Roses. We want the flowers to go to Tina.
Hello?
Hi, is this Cole?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Cole. My name is Nicole. I'm calling you from an online floral company called rosesbloom.com with an offer for some free flowers. If you have some time to take two...
No, thanks. I'm not interested.
Okay, it's totally free. And all you have to do is answer 2 survey questions. They're just yes or no questions. It'll take 30 seconds max for free flowers.
For what? For what now? What?
It's free
Flowers?
Yeah, let me ask you the questions. Have you purchased flowers in the last 6 months, Cole?
No.
Okay, and do you plan on purchasing flowers in the next 6 months?
Sure.
Okay, that's actually the whole survey. So if you'd like some free flowers, I can now send a dozen long-stemmed red roses to anybody today, later this afternoon, anywhere in the country. Totally free of charge if you want to take part in the offer.
Okay, I mean...
You don't need to do anything else.
I don't have to do anything.
Nope.
Okay.
Do you have
So
somebody
just
you'd want to
them
send?
to anyone?
Yes. Yeah. Do you have somebody you want to send some flowers to?
Okay, sure.
I just need a
Can I
first
send
and a
them
last
to-
name. I just need a first and a last name.
Okay. Sure. Brittany.
Okay. And do you happen to have Brittany's phone number?
Yeah, can you give me 1 second? I just gotta look it up there. Yeah, not 4 5.
Okay. And what's Brittany's relationship to you?
Just a friend.
Okay. And just confirming that red roses are okay, or I could switch it up too, if you want to do something different.
Yeah, that would be great.
The red roses is okay.
Sure.
Okay. And Cole, we do something unique at rosesbloom.com. And instead of sending a little paper card along with the flowers, I'm going to have you record a voice memo here in a second. So when Brittany gets the flowers today, she'll get a text message alerting her she has a delivery, and this voice memo will come along with it. So she'll be able to play it and then know who the flowers are from. All right?
Oh, all right.
I'm going to count you down, and then you could just say whatever little message you wanted to say. 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Hey, Brittany. Hope these brighten your day.
Okay. Awesome. And Cole, I have to let you know that this call is being recorded for quality and training purposes. Are you okay with that?
Sure, yeah. Fine.
Great.
Cole, I'm going to jump on real quick, and then we're going to get those flowers off. I just wanted to let you know one last thing while I have you on the line. While we have been talking to you and you've been sending the flowers off to, you say a friend named Brittany?
Right.
Your girlfriend Tina has been listening in and just heard you send them to her. Does Tina know that you have a friend named Brittany and she's okay with you sending her flowers? Tina, do you know who Brittany is, and are you okay with his friendship?
Well, now I f***ing know, and not even from him.
So this is not a friend who you would know about. So this is actually somebody that he's talking to, that he's got more than a friendship with?
Yes, this is not somebody I've ever met before or knew about.
What exactly is this?
Cole,
so weird.
I don't know. Why don't you tell us?
Cole, what this is the Mojo in the Morning show. And your girlfriend called us up to see where you were going to send a dozen free roses to because she was suspicious that something was going on.
Are you for real, Tina? Like, is this for
Am
real?
I for real? I'm not the one who's going around doing shady.
Cole, does that girl Brittany know of Tina? Because if so, maybe we can call her up and she can just tell us about your guys' friendship.
Cole.
He hung up the phone.
Unbelievable.
All right, Tina. So we got her phone number.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know if we can try to see.
This is not a local number either.
Yeah. Hang on 1 second, Tina.
Okay.
Busted again. It's your home for War of the Roses. Mojo in the Morning. Mojo in the Morning has a shot for you to win $1,000 now. Pay Your Bills is on.
All right, pay your bills. Win $1,000. The word is money, M-O-N-E-Y. Go enter that word right now up on mojointhemorning.com for a chance to win $1,000. Money is the word. Enter it up on mojointhemorning.com, and you could be $1,000 richer right now and pick up your phone if you get a call from out of area. That's how we tell you won.
Mojo in the morning. Online.
MojoInTheMorning.com. Channel 955. It's Mojo in the Morning's Motor City traffic.
Good news for motorists on the Southfield Freeway northbound. The accident near the Lodge has cleared, so all lanes are open. You're still slow, though, from McNichols. We have a new problem on M59 westbound just before Rochester Road. It's a crash, and that'll have you stop and go from Mound. I'm Heather Pasco with traffic.
Channel 955.
An iHeartRadio station.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Remember when you had a guy, someone who could fix anything? They're still out there at Batteries Plus with their quick solutions and expert advice on batteries, key fobs, and phone repair. Batteries Plus will have you in and out and on your way in no time. Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
Real Life War of the Roses, looking for a divorce attorney? Goldman and Associates at choosegoldman.com.
Hi, I'm Akita Goldman of Goldman & Associates Law Firm, Michigan's top divorce and child custody attorneys. Every situation is different, but your well-being and peace of mind should always come first. My dedicated team and I are here to help you protect them. Give us a call at 248-588-3333. That's 248-588-3333, or visit choosegoldman.com.
Shayna Roofing, Michigan's roofing experts that offer transparent pricing and a lifetime transferable warranty. With a 4.9 rating on Google reviews, why choose anyone else? Visit Shayna Roofing at mymichiganroof.com.
At Trinity Health, expert cardiologists and cardiothoracic surgeons help keep your heartbeat strong. If you have a heart condition that is newly diagnosed or has been with you since birth, our team creates a personalized care plan with you for you. From medication management to advanced surgical techniques, our experts help you live your healthiest life. Visit trinityhealthmi.org/cardio to connect with a specialist today. Trinity Health, we see all of you.
Listen to Channel 955 anytime, free on the iHeart app.
Presented by Top Dog Law. Top Dog get you top dollar. Go to topdoglaw.com. That's topdoglaw.com.
Summer is here, and BetMGM Casino is bringing you the hottest online casino experience. Heat things up with a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 on the house using bonus code WKQIFM at sign up. Play your favorite games like blackjack and roulette with a live dealer, or check out our exclusive slots like MGM Grand Millions and the Wizard of Oz. The thrills of BetMGM Casino are always available right from the palm of your hand. Download the BetMGM Casino app today and get a piece of the action. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly and offer resources to help you make appropriate choices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for confidential help. Must be 21 plus, Michigan only. Please gamble responsibly. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable site credit bonus bets unless otherwise provided in the applicable terms. Rewards subject to expiry.
Ever sign up for a phone plan thinking, wow, great price, and then a few months later, it's like, surprise, your bills doubled? With Boost Mobile, you pay $25 a month forever. That's unlimited talk, text, and data starting at just $25 a month. No price hikes, no contracts. Plus, with Boost, you're on America's newest 5G network. Head to your local Boost store today and get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Hi, I'm Stacy Reeves, a DTE Field Operations Supervisor. I'm out with crews in neighborhoods every day working to make your power more reliable, and we've already made great strides towards our goal of dramatically reducing outages by 2029. Last year, DTE customers saw a nearly 70% improvement in time spent without power. We're committed to building a smarter, cleaner, stronger grid of the future so you will have the reliability you deserve.
This is injury attorney David Femininio. When you're injured in an accident, you want to get your life back. To get someone that listens and to get someone who will fight for more. Get David, get paid isn't a slogan to take care of you. So if you get injured in an accident, you need to call me at 855-65-CRASH or go to my website, getdavidgetpaid.com. That's getdavidgetpaid.com.
I was telling you guys about Jessica and her incredible experience with Sono Bello. Then listener after listener started sharing their experience with us, and it keeps getting better. Here's one. The results not only have been fantastic, my confidence and energy levels are improving. And the staff, oh my goodness, I've never seen such a caring and compassionate group of professionals. And here's a quick one from Nicole. Amazing. You are all so amazing. Stories like this are what makes the Sono Bello team the absolute best. We all know Sono Bello doctors are the experts in advanced micro-laser fat removal, but their entire team is simply the best. In just one visit, you can get rid of that stubborn fat just in time for warm weather. That means feeling amazing all summer with beautiful, natural curves. Advanced micro-laser fat removal is the permanent solution, and Sono Bello doctors are the experts. Right now, they are running a spring savings event, so schedule your free consultation now by visiting sonobello.com/radio. That's sono, BELLO.com/radio.
Randazzo is bringing back their famous BOGO. Buy a furnace, get a free AC. Payments as low as $95 a month, starting July 1st. Visit callrandazzo.com.
Go with the name you know. Randazzo, Randazzo.
Tossing, turning, waking up tired. Your mattress isn't doing you any favors. It's time to check out a new one. At Gardner White, our team has carefully picked the best options for comfort, support, and cool features in a mattress without blowing your budget. In fact, there are 10 models for $699 or less. So come in this weekend, try them out, and we'll give you a $50 MasterCard just for lying down. Everyone deserves a great night's sleep. And the best place to try before you buy is Gardner White.
Breaking news for the people of Boomtown. With Xfinity Mobile, the Wi-Fi is booming, at home and on the go.
And an upgrade storm's on the way.
That's right. And with Xfinity Mobile Premium Unlimited, you can upgrade your phone when you want, up to 2 times a year.
Now, once customers catch wind of the guaranteed new device discount, it'll be the biggest upgrade storm in history.
Wow. Let's hear from our weatherman on the scene.
How's it looking out there, Rick?
Well, Bill, the Wi-Fi is still booming.
Now through September 30th, existing Xfinity Internet customers can get an unlimited line included for a year. Plus, ask how to get a free 5G phone. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Unlimited line offer requires Xfinity 300 megabit internet or above. Taxes, fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Reduced speeds after use of monthly data included with your data option. Data thresholds vary.
Home run! That's my girl.
She's a star.
Yeah, since I started giving her children's Claritin, she can actually play without allergies getting in the way.
I should try that. My boy's over there sneezing in the batter's box.
Oh, you should. It's pediatrician recommended and provides 24-hour non-drowsy relief. Plus, the chewables are dye-free.
So he can focus on his swing instead of his symptoms.
Exactly. He'll be hitting home runs in no time.
Claritin clears. Use as directed.
Injured? Call 1-800-CALL-SAM and get Michigan's first family of law. Call Sam.
More Mojo in seconds.
Hey, it's Shannon
This
from
hour of Mojo in the morning is powered by David
manage
Femininio.
a business here in Detroit. Well, I want to fill you in on a little secret. Your local iHeart station, Channel 955, is the one place you can get it all when it comes to advertising and growing your business. From radio and podcast ads to social media and digital, even search and email, we can get local voices like mine spreading the word about your incredible business. Give us a call, 844-844-iHeart, or visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
This hour of Mojo in the morning is powered by David Femininio. Get David, get paid.
Camp Shame is a new 8-part podcast about one of America's oldest fat camps for kids. From its rise and fall,
nothing about that camp was right. It was really actually like a horror movie.
This experience still hurts to this day. It still haunts me to this day.
to the culture that fueled its decades-long success. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Camp Shame, and listen now.
This is the home of War of the Roses. Mojo in the morning.
Mojo in the morning. I just want to give a quick update on this War of the Roses. So the War of the Roses is one that we can all relate to because we've had this happen to us multiple times. Actually, Shannon just talked about a reoccurrence of this week, but we've all had situations where our dating profiles, or I'm sorry, our dating profile, a dating profile
correct,
has shown up on different things like Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, things like that. Shannon just recently had one, but a few years back had another one. And then I had one a year ago where my wife is in studio with us. This is very hard to talk about.
I want to hear her side.
Well, so the dating profile appears, and obviously, as you know, neither myself nor was Shannon dating somebody else or on a dating profile. Do you remember, who was it, Chelsea, that contacted you? As a bunch of people, right?
The woman that you were supposedly talking to.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did she say?
She said, just so you know, your husband is wanting to date me and has been for a couple of years, but I've told him no. And it was like this long thing. I said, I don't think that's him. And she said, it is. I'm talking to him right now. And I said, well, I'm sitting next to him in an airport. And he's not talking to. And then I got worried and concerned for her. And I said, because she said, well, I'm just going to meet him. You don't believe me. I'm just going to meet him. And I said, well, if I were you, I would have him FaceTime you first. Because I don't think this is the man that you, or woman, I don't know who's on the other side. And she was adamant, and she said, he said you were going to say this. He said you guys were miserable, and I said, well, FaceTime him first. I'm concerned for your safety, and then tell someone where you're going.
Yeah, we ended up
We had to call the police.
Yeah. Talked to Sheriff Bouchard in Oakland County about that. But, and then West Bloomfield Police helped me with stuff. But here's the long and the short of this thing. People will have, sometimes their profiles appear on dating apps, and you have to be careful of that. This is not that case in this War of the Roses because it turned out that he did have a dating profile, actually had a couple of them after the fact of calling up and busting, Tina's boyfriend cheating, and Cole never admitting basically to it except for the fact that he did send flowers to another person. But then we started doing some more deep diving on him and found him on other dating apps. So listen, I will say this to you. It seems like it's the wild, wild west out there when it comes to anything on the internet.
Yeah.
But it also turns out that there are many people, including some people that we're going to talk to here in a second, who found that their boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife was on a dating app while they were dating you. Tracy, hi.
Hi.
Hi, Trace. What happened to you?
Well, I was with the guy for 9 years that I didn't meet on a dating site. And come to find out after 9 years of being with him that he was on about every site out there. And so obviously I broke up with him. I do have a child with him, and his now ex-wife, 13 years later, got a hold of me and told me that he did the same thing to her. And then there was 2 other women that contacted me, and he did the same thing.
Wow. Man. So when you find out that your, ex, well, at your time, your current relationship is on a dating app, are you wondering, like, how is he able to do this? Like, you almost know, you have to, like, think back and when is he away from me, and how does he have time to actually go out and be dating?
Well, he used to be in the military, so he would say he had to, go somewhere for that. When come to find out, he was with other women.
Wow. So he would tell you that he was leaving to go do his service, and he was out there with women.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
Amazing. What's up, Dennis?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing okay, Dennis. What's going on?
So back before I was with my old lady, when I was on Tinder, I'm almost guaranteed, because I remember him saying that it could have been somebody else or whatever like that. I'm pretty sure on Tinder, correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin, because I know you're on it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't you verify your face with a real picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has that little verification thing where you can see it on everybody's profile, whether they've verified their face or not. So I feel like if she wanted to figure that out, she could just try to ask her friend for a screenshot. And if that starts there, then it's really him.
So if it's got a verified star, then it has to be him then. That's interesting. What's up, Hannah? Hi, it's Mojo in the morning.
Hi, Mojo. I work with a couple, so they're together. And I was on Bumble, and I saw the guy on Bumble, and he was active and everything. So I confronted him at work, and I said, if you don't delete this account, I'm going to tell your girlfriend. And he got so scared, he was shaking, and he ended up deleting the account right in front of me.
Why did you want to get involved?
That's what I don't know. I didn't want to get involved originally, but I was like, I don't know. I feel bad for the girlfriend. I'd want someone to do it. If it was
Were you more friends with her than him, or it was just that it was the girl versus the guy?
It was the girl versus the guy. Like I said, I would want someone to do it if it was for me.
Yeah. I never used any of the dating apps. Chelsea and I met.
I kind of wish we did.
Do you
I feel
ever-
like we missed out on something.
Do you ever look at it and go, how would we do on these dating apps?
Yeah, I wonder if we would ever be matched.
I don't think we would.
Probably not.
Like, I think, honestly, I think that, I often think this all the time.
But we should try.
I don't think Chelsea, I'm Chelsea's type. And I've always said that I've wanted to date black women. So I don't know.
So you're projecting. I'm not your type, is what you mean.
No. Why would you say that? I'm just, no. I can just tell.
Well, she's not black.
Not today.
That we talked about that as a bit years ago. And the bit was that we were going to do me and her on a dating app, put it out there, and then see if we matched. Brought it up in front of the kids. Hey, this is going to be a radio bit. Do you know which kid was the most devastated about the whole thing?
Luke?
No, the radio guy.
Joe.
Okay, I can see that.
Joe thought it was like, you can't do that. You can't. Run in my room. Like, he would get so worked up, which is so funny because I could see Joe doing that bit as a fun bit. I think that would be kind of something neat to do. But all right, that's War of the Roses. That's it.
The home of the second date update. Throwback Throwdown. War of the Roses. This is Mojo in the morning.
Oh, what we've all been waiting for after we give away another chance to win a brand new car, $20,000 cash. Zach's going to be doing the Dirty on the 30 again by Encore Presentation Demand.
It's time.
844 Mojo Live. Call now and be the 95th caller for our summer of cars, cash, and gas so that you can win a brand new car, a loaded 2025 Chevy. It's an awesome car from Gordon Chevrolet. It's a Trax, and you can win that or $20,000 cash now. 844 Mojo Live. We'll set you up with a good qualifying prize. $50 in free gas. We'll fuel you up at Kroger, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Green Flame Tequila.
Mojo in the morning's Dirty on the 30.
Let's go.
Shit, wait, real quick. I got to intro you. This,
Dude, I got too excited.
Zach, look at you. Here's Zach with the Dirty.
Let's go. So yesterday, did you guys see the Red Wings had a new Centennial logo?
What do we know?
Really?
Sorry, try that again.
100 years.
What is it?
Centennial.
Yeah, what did I say?
Centennial?
Oh, yeah, is that what I said? I'm already screwing it up. Anyway, they have a new logo celebrating their
Really?
100th year. All original six teams have a new logo. They're very cool. I think ours is the best one next to the Bruins. But I do want to say that we have won 11 Stanley Cups in the last 100 years.
So this was yesterday, because I saw yesterday on social, I saw
the greatness
Iserman
and the Hall of Famers that have put the winged wheel on and been
Chris
fortunate
Draper,
to play with
Drape's
obviously
talking.
a lot of them. But I remember the first time being at Joe Louis Arena, and I was coming in for a workout on an off day, and I saw Ted Lindsay in the gym, and he was doing his little wrist curl machine, and I was just in awe of having the opportunity to talk to Ted and see him, and to me that just
I really want to see Iserman
realized,
bring a championship here, a Stanley Cup here. I just feel like he did such a great job of building Tampa, and part of me just wonders if he's not given enough free reign as the general manager of the team to go out and just buy players like he did in Tampa and make good picks.
I agree with you. I think he is still paying players that he has nothing to do with, though. Like, so we're still paying Justin Ablocator, who's been on our roster for 15 years, but he hasn't played in the last 6 years.
Like, I think Chris Ilitch needs to give him the same autonomy that he's given the guys that are running the Tigers, which is the reason why the Tigers were able to rebuild. Because I feel like you can't have Yzerman's legacy be that he doesn't win as the general manager. Like, it would, like, I can't see firing that guy. But there's a lot of teams that might have, look what Toronto did.
Yeah.
They ended up getting rid of Shanahan.
But also, I think the cap space is really hard right now, and also it's the hardest championship to win. So
Stanley Cup is the hardest one to win?
In my opinion.
Why is that?
Think.
Really?
It takes, 16, 15 guys to actually do it. But, in basketball, there are 12 guys, but I really think that 3 main superstars can win that championship.
In hockey, how many do you need, Zach? Because I don't know hockey very well.
You need 5 players. Like, a real starting line, it's 5 players, but you need all 12 guys to help you out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Zach knows hockey better than I do. What about you, Kev?
Come on now.
All right.
In other news, which I don't know much about, maybe you guys can help me out. It's Diddy news. His prosecutors dropped the kidnapping, arson, and sex trafficking claims, narrowing the racketeering charges in the final days of trial.
So they're kind of pulling back a little bit on some of the stronger stuff that they thought that they were going to be able to get him on.
It kind of gives us a little more insight as to why the defense rests their case after 20 minutes.
Do you want this guy to be found not guilty?
I think I've said it from the beginning. I don't think he will be found guilty.
I don't know.
I think he beat Cassie. That's clear. I think he's a bad guy for that. And if there are criminal or civil charges, he should be found guilty for that. All the other stuff, the sex stuff, the car stuff, it all seems circumstantial in my opinion. You can't lock me up for being freaky.
Chelsea, what do you think? My wife Chelsea's here. What do you think of Diddy? Do you think that Diddy is dirty?
Well, I think Kevin has a point, but in saying that a lot of it could be circumstantial, and you're trying to get him on other things that have come out. So I don't know legally if he can be found guilty for. But you hear the stories, and they're horrible.
Yeah, and the video of him with Cassie is just hard to get past.
Right.
Chelsea thinks all of Hollywood and all the sport, like all the music stars, all the sports stars, that they're all
the big ones.
Bad.
I do.
You think that they're all into
their little selling of their souls to
Really?
achieve greatness?
I can see
do.
that.
I do.
How about me? Do you think I've sold my soul to
I mean,
we'll find out tonight at the Time magazine.
the Hour magazine? He said Hour magazine.
Our
And
time.
lastly, one of the world's richest men is getting married this weekend. Jeff Bezos is getting married in
Speaking
Venice.
of selling your soul.
Yeah, right. And here are some of the celebrities that are attending. Kim Kardashian. Get this. Mick Jagger is coming. I don't know why. Leonardo DiCaprio, Bill Gates, and Orlando Bloom. Katy Perry was originally expected to show up, but latest updates is she is not attending.
They broke up officially, I saw yesterday, and I heard
which is
Shannon
interesting
talk about
because didn't the 2 women go up in space
Right.
together?
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
Katy Perry is not there.
Why is Orlando Bloom going, but Katie's not
Right.
going?
Weird.
Weird. Very weird.
There's something
They
going
probably both were invited, and then she probably just decided, I'm not going to go if you're going to go. And he's like, I'm going.
If you have
I'm going.
If you have a split
That's how you sound.
or a breakup just before you go to like a wedding or a big event, do you not want to go and be there in the same place
Wait,
with your?
so if we broke up today,
you don't
I
have
don't
to go
have to go tonight.
If we break up before the Bezos wedding,
I know.
I'm going.
I'm still going.
Right?
Just don't sit by each other.
Hey, I'm not missing that. We talked the other day. They're like every guest is like $50,000 in gifts or something like that.
Oh,
like
I'd be
that's what the
going.
wedding party is giving them.
Oh man, I
And-
like this. By the way, I like the idea that you give the people that are going the gifts instead of you having to buy the gift.
No, I love that.
And what do you got?
No, that was my last topic.
Great
Wrap it up.
dirty, Zach.
With all of today's dirty, check us on the free iHeartRadio app or
No,
on
do that one more time.
mojointhemorning.com.
Go ahead, come on. Do it one more time. Make it smoother than that.
With all of our today's dirties, go on the free iHeartRadio app or mojointhemorning.com.
Come on, Zach. You got to.
You see, you understand what I'm saying.
Get more dirt at mojointhemorning.com. Mojo in the Morning's Dirty on the 30.
By the way, Shannon has just telegrammed us from France and said that Zach was the best of all the Dirties. She gave a critique this morning by listening to the free iHeartRadio app. What's happening? Kaylee, are you there, Kaylee?
I am. Hi, Mojo. How are you?
We're fantastic, Kaylee. You're a winner. Congratulations to you.
Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much.
Kaylee, I want you to do us a favor. I want you to tell Lydia what you're going to do. If you would win it, would you take the car? Would you take the cash? Or maybe tell us. What would you do?
I am definitely taking the car. I am using a rental through Uber right now, so this would change a lot for me.
So wait a second. Hold on. I've heard of people doing this before. You're renting a car instead of like going out and buying one?
Yeah, financially, I'm just kind of in a spot right now. It's helping me get a little bit back on my feet, and it gives me transportation back and forth to work.
Is that cheaper than going and buying a car at a car dealership?
Kind of. It depends on how often that I am out and Ubering. I've been doing it full time, so
wow,
it's been pretty decent.
I've heard, honestly, that's like the thing that I don't know. What are you, in your 20s?
Yeah, I'm 24.
I've heard a lot of people that are in their 20s right now are going and just renting at whatever. What rental car company are you going to?
Through Hertz right now.
And they rent it, and they just rent it for when they need it, and then they don't go out and actually have a monthly payment. They just pay the rental fee. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
I don't know if it makes financial sense, but I guess it's working for you now. But let's get you a brand new car and have you win it from Gordon Chevrolet.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys again so much.
Oh, thank you for calling me sir. Did you call me sir? Was that a yes?
I think so.
I think so. That was it was kind of
formality in there.
See, that's you know what? I've raised a bunch of ignorant boys. I needed a daughter in order to do this. Thanks, Kaylee. Hold on one second.
In the next 15 minutes, you'll hear about this on Mojo in the Morning.
All right, when we come back here next. So it happened this weekend, but since Chelsea's in studio with us this morning, my wife's in studio, we're going to talk about it. This past weekend, there was a big party, and Chelsea and I weren't invited, and I had such FOMO. I want to talk about it coming up in a bit, and I want to ask listeners this question. Have you ever gone to a party that you were not invited to and just showed up? Like, what happened? Call us and tell us if you've ever just party crashed. We'll be right back.
Be part of the show. 844-MOJO Live. 844-665-6548. This is Mojo in the Morning. Channel 955.
It's Mojo in the Morning's Motor City Traffic.
We've got an accident in the construction in Livonia on the Jeffries westbound at Newburgh Road. Traffic is stop and go from Farmington. You'll find the two left lanes blocked. Also an accident, M59 westbound before Rochester Road. That'll leave you stop and go from Mound. And there is an accident on your 696 eastbound ramp to Orchard Lake Road. I'm Heather Pasco with traffic.
Channel 955.
An iHeartRadio station.
This report is sponsored by Payday. Hardworking people need a hardworking candy bar. Packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel, Payday is definitely working hard for you. So grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar. Get to it.
Hey, Kaylee, Mike Porter from Gordon Chevrolet just called me, and he said, Kaylee, you're wasting money. If you don't win that car, he's going to help you get a car. And let me tell you a little bit about this. At Gordon Chevrolet, they've got affordable pre-owned vehicles and great lease payments right now to get you into a car that will fit your budget. Listen to this. I don't know what you're paying, Kaylee, to rent a car like you were just telling us about. But at Gordon Chevrolet, they've got lease payments that are under $200 a month. I mean, you can get into a loaded, beautiful Chevy Equinox electric EV for $1,000 down and less than $200 a month. Go see the details that they have at Gordon Chevrolet. I mean, they're offering some great specials right now. And their pre-owned vehicles, those cars are all gone through by their award-winning service technicians to make sure they're going to be dependable and they'll fit your budget. GordonChevrolet.com. Gordon Chevrolet, Ford Road West of Merriman and Garden City. Together, let's drive.
Add the Mojo in the Morning show to your presets on our free iHeartRadio app. And never miss a show.
Channel 955.
This hour is sponsored by Sam Bernstein Law.
After an accident, there are two types of people. Those who got the Bernstein advantage and those who wish they did.
For many, dental anxiety is a real thing. It can keep you from getting the care you need. That's why we take the time to create a real dental care plan for the real you. Brightside Dental. Call 1-800-PAINLESS or visit BrightsideDental.com. Going up.
Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up.
Going up.
But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button.
Going down.
We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free Samsung 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
Hey, it's me, Steve Gabarra at Zott Ford, and believe it or not, we're in the final days of employee pricing for everyone. So come take advantage and lease a new 25 Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT below $300 a month. Or if adventure is more your thing, Zott Ford is leasing new 25 Ford Bronco 4-door Big Benz below $400 a month. There's no time to dilly-dally because employee pricing for everyone is almost gone. So come take advantage today. See details and our staggering inventory at dealsinthed.com.
I'm Todd Lippett, Executive Director of CARES in Farmington Hills. CARES works across the community, supporting families with everyday needs. To help others, we need reliable power. And I have to say, we've noticed a lot fewer outages in the last year. DTE told us about their improvement plans, and their crews are out making a difference. DTE people are updating equipment in good weather and quickly restoring power in bad. They're doing all they can and making good on their word.
Summer is here, and BetMGM Casino is bringing you the hottest online casino experience. Heat things up with a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 on the house using bonus code WKQIFM at sign up. Play your favorite games like blackjack and roulette with a live dealer, or check out our exclusive slots like MGM Grand Millions and the Wizard of Oz. The thrills of BetMGM Casino are always available right from the palm of your hand. Download the BetMGM Casino app today and get a piece of the action. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly and offer resources to help you make appropriate choices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for confidential help. Must be 21 plus, Michigan only. Please gamble responsibly. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable site credit bonus bets unless otherwise provided in the applicable terms. Rewards subject to expiry.
Attorney Advertising, Michigan. Attorney Siegel Law Firm. Paid actor dramatization. Top dog does not mean we are the best. No guarantees of success.
You want to blame everybody but yourself. It's actually all your fault. And you know it is. As you lay in that hospital bed right now and cry, you understand what type of pain you're going through. See, you in critical condition. You hoping you make it. But the person you hit, they in critical condition too. You hoping they make it. And you was intoxicated, you was drunk, you going to jail. You better hope they make it. Y'all in the same hospital, y'all in the same room. He right next to you. Y'all both in the same room. You hear him on the phone. He calling Top Dog, telling the dog to go bite. Calling Top Dog. He telling them the story. How a drunk person hit him. How he hurt real bad. How he right next to him. Any accident. Big or small, you call the dog. Top Dog Law.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Hey, Tire Man, isn't it a little early to be setting up fireworks for the 4th of July?
Bell Tire.
Oh, these are for the Bell Tire 4th of July sale. Save up to $260 on our tires from June 23rd through July 4th. Yeah, that's definitely worth celebrating.
Bell Tire.
A marching band might be a bit too much. Don't miss the Bell Tire 4th of July sale. Save up to $260 on a set of 4 tires and get flexible financing options from June 23rd through July 4th. Only at
Bell Tire.
Shop BellTire.com.
Camping is such an adventure. I love how there's a surprise around every corner. Except when I'm surprised with a sudden allergy attack. Luckily, I've got Claritin D to attack back. And I didn't even need a prescription for this. Get fast, powerful relief from your worst symptoms, like nasal congestion. It's so fast, it starts working in as little as 30 minutes. Now, I can enjoy sleeping under the stars instead of sneezing under them. Claritin clears. Use as directed.
My mom said I'm not like anyone else. She's right. Kids train like athletes. We need doctors trained for kids.
Kids' bones and muscles are unique. That's why they need the care found at Children's Hospital of Michigan.
At Children's Hospital of Michigan, your child can see a pediatric, orthopedic, and sports medicine specialist in just 48 hours because waiting isn't an option.
Treating kids isn't part of what we do. It's everything we do. Learn more at childrensdmc.org/athletes.
Hagopian, the most trusted name in rug and carpet cleaning since 1939.
More Mojo in seconds.
What up, Detroit? Kev is here letting you know about Total Wireless, the wireless provider that's always in your corner. You see, Total Wireless has unlimited phone plans starting at $25 a month per line when you get 4 lines. But the best part, Total Wireless is running on the #1 network in Detroit, so you get unlimited data that never slows you down. I mean, what are you waiting for? Stop by your nearest store today. In times of traffic, your data may be temporarily slower. Additional terms apply. Rankings based on route metrics. Detroit Route Score Report first half 2025.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus.
Temperatures starting off cooler this morning, though we are going to get really warm. Temperatures in the high 80s this afternoon with some storms coming our way.
Remember when you had a guy, someone who could fix anything? They're still out there at Batteries Plus with their quick solutions and expert advice on batteries, key fobs, and phone repair. Batteries Plus will have you in and out and on your way in no time. Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
You've got an app for your music, but what about your favorite morning show, sports team, or live local news and weather?
See things start to change.
Yep, there's an app for all that too. iHeartRadio. Download the #1 app for radio, the free iHeartRadio app.
Remember these songs.
When you see my face.
See how well you do in the Throwback Throwdown. It's tomorrow after 8 on Mojo in the Morning.
All right, Mojo in the Morning. We were invited, or I'm sorry, we weren't invited. But let me explain this. So, with having the shoulder surgery, there's a bunch of things that I can't do. One of them is I can't play golf, and golf was kind of like my thing. I did all last summer. It was like a lot of fun, and actually the last couple of summers have been a lot of fun. It makes the summer seem like it's going by even faster. Like I feel like the summer seems like it's dragging right now because I really don't have like much activity that I can do. And last weekend was like the big guy golf tournament that I would enter every single year, and it was always like a couple of days of golf. And then it would end with a party on Saturday night where everybody would get together and we would all have our spouses there and would hang out and drink. And it turned into honestly, kind of like a frat party type thing. You know how Luke has this, Chelsea, where they have the frat party and what do they call it? Where they have girls and they invite the girls to the frat party.
I don't
and they all dress. Is a formal? Is that what it is? Like something?
Oh,
yeah, like a formal. Is that what it is? Bianca? Bianca's from.
I like a formal date party.
I want to do a topic.
party.
I want to do a topic with Bianca tomorrow with Chelsea and have Bianca tell Chelsea all the secrets that happened on campus at Michigan State that we should know about with Luke.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we'll get into it tomorrow. All right, so let me get back to my topic already in progress. So last weekend was that big golf tournament, and then Saturday night was the big party. And Chelsea and I were the only of our friends that were not going to this party. Like every one of our friends were going to this thing. And it kind of was lonely for me. Like I felt sad because everybody's going to it. We can't go because I didn't play in the tournament. I didn't go. And so because I didn't go, you don't get invited to it. And everybody was like, well, why don't you just come anyway? And I was like, I'd love to. But the problem is, you show up and then everybody knows that you didn't golf and you weren't part of it. And then you start looking like you're party crashing a little bit. And I don't think I'm necessarily a party crashing kind of a guy. But I had major FOMO last Saturday night.
Did you really, though?
I did. I swear to you.
I don't think you.
What did we do Saturday night?
We did something we haven't done in a long time. We did nothing, which was really nice. And you have FOMO, I have phobia, fear of being included. So I loved it.
So you loved not going?
I loved not going. Would it have been nice to go because it was fun last year? Sure. But did I sit there and miss it? Absolutely not. It was so hot on Saturday that it was nice to just do nothing.
I wanted to party crash, but the problem is I'm the kind of guy that gets like called out in a crowd because I'm kind of big.
Sure, yeah.
Like it's not one. Chelsea could party crash. Like she could, and she's noticeable at parties. The problem is Chelsea goes to a party, she actually, gets loud.
Well, I'll enjoy it.
You're mingling.
Yeah.
She has fun. Could you ever party crash? Like, could you see yourself doing it?
Yeah, and I don't feel like you would have been crashing. Like the only time that I consider it crashing, one is if you don't know the people. Like if you just see a random party, which I've done before. Me and my friends, we've gone to like random hotels or something like that and have seen a wedding reception and just slid in for a minute and like turned up real quick. Yeah, and slid out. Like that's crashing. I feel like you know these people already. You would add to the atmosphere and they recognize you kind of feel a little left out. So they probably would have welcomed you.
Quick question for you. Would it be different if it was at somebody's house? Like if there was a group of like 5 or 10 couples having a get together at a house, you weren't invited to it. Could you go and just show up, or would that be too noticeable?
It depends. It's going to be noticeable because I'm not quiet. So like I would come in and, for lack of a better term, like make my presence felt. Like I would come in and be myself and have a good time. It would depend on who the couples are. Like if it was y'all friends, then probably not, because like I might not know them like that. You know what I'm saying? But if it's like my homies, it's like but I mean like all these golf people and stuff like that may be weird if I just popped in. Like,
but if it was a group of all your buddies, if they're all hanging out and you weren't invited, they didn't like actually invite you. Yeah, you would just show up there and have no problem.
I want to know why the hell I'm not invited.
Would you say?
Yeah,
I'm not.
What's going on here?
All right, I want to know. Here's the 2 things I want to know. Well, number 1. If you weren't invited, would you have gone? And have you ever done that before? And has anybody ever gone to like somebody's house party that they weren't invited to and just shown up because they were like, what the hell? I was supposed to be invited to this thing. And what did people do? Or has anybody ever had a party crasher just come to their party? I'd love to know what you've said, especially a party crasher that's a friend of yours that you purposely didn't invite. Suzanne, hi.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Our phone number is 844-665-6548, but you already know that, Suzanne. Or text 95500. That's for everybody else. Did you party crash?
I did. So I was friends with this girl in school, and we had a falling out in high school. But before we had a falling out, we promised each other that we'll be in each other's lives forever and ever and ever. And I heard that she was getting married, so I crashed her wedding.
Whoa.
I went to her wedding. I did. I went to her wedding. I was very indecisive, but, we made a promise, and no matter what happened, I promised I would be there. So I walked in. She was kind of surprised, but I was, just being as if nothing happened. We didn't speak for like 7-8 years. I would, adjust her makeup and, like wipe her forehead and just
hold on a second. Stop for a second. So you guys had a falling out. She didn't invite you to the wedding because you had a falling out, but years before, you guys said, we'll always be at each other's wedding. You show up at the wedding, and you start doing her makeup? Is that what you said?
So I would adjust her makeup. So, like when you're...
What did she say when you walked up? What was the look on her face?
She was shocked. She was surprised. I felt like she was kind of happy about it. She was, like, surprised, but, like, in a good way, because it was her day, and she wanted me to be included. As we made that promise years before. But I think, we're friends again. That night made us, reconnect. Wow. And we've been friends for like 10 years after that.
Wow. Did she have family or other friends that knew you guys had fallen out, and did they approach you about why you were there?
Yes. So her then friends were like, what are you doing here? And I was like, well, where were you guys when we were friends? Like, you don't stay out of our business. But yeah, I was, approached, but like in a good, classy way, because I don't think they wanted a scene, and I obviously didn't want to make a scene. But we're friends again, and she had 2 kids, and then I got married, and then I have 3 kids. So like,
that's amazing.
I feel like I made the good decision.
Yeah, because you guys reconnected. Can you imagine if you didn't get a good reception from her at the reception? That would have been a little awkward. Lewis, what's up? It's Mojo in the Morning. Hi, Lewis.
Hey, Mojo, man, been a while since I've been on, man. Hey, it's some random dude. I got married in 2019.
Yeah.
And dude, he was past my wedding reception, right?
He crashed
Top
your
it
wedding
off,
reception?
Yes. Not only that, he was hitting on my cousin. I'm like, dude, my cousin, once he get red, man, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
About my man, I might whoop his tail, man. I was like, man, don't worry about it. We got it.
How did you wait? How did you know that he wasn't invited? Because I'm assuming you had a lot of people at your wedding. How many people were there?
Oh man, it was too many to count, man.
How did you know though that this guy wasn't there? Because at my wedding, I didn't know half the people that were there. They were all friends of like Chelsea's family and stuff.
Right. Well, so since he was hitting on my cousin, he wasn't related to me.
That's funny. Did your
like he ain't related to me? I'm like, so we got a red crosser.
did your cousin enjoy being hit on by this person?
No, she was getting irritated because he was about to. Man, when she get irritated, it's a wrap.
It's over.
Yeah.
So we just intervened.
Yeah.
And shut him down.
Lewis, you're the man, buddy. I appreciate you. Congratulations. How many years now you celebrating? You've been celebrating a bunch of years now.
6 years, man. Just did 6 years in April.
How many years are happy?
All of them.
Okay.
Great
Smart,
answer.
Smart guy.
You got a distinctive voice. You got to say that.
We'll
Hey, man, y'all be blessed, man. I love you. Listen to y'all shows, boss.
Oh, we
man,
love you. Thank you, buddy. Take care, man.
WKQI Detroit. WSNX Muskegon Grand Rapids. WVKS Toledo. 3 great stations, 1 stupid show. This is Mojo in the Morning, live.
They're talking about Kevin in the hallway right now. They've been talking about you like for the last week or so. Yeah. The people that are in the hallway that work outside of our studio are all the office staff, other on-air people from the other iHeart stations, like WJLB, 100.3, WNIC in Detroit, 106.7, Wheels. So these people, and then the promo staff, which, by the way, congratulations to Cody and James just had their baby.
Big
so congratulations
shout out to Cody and James.
Did you see? I saw yesterday.
Gage.
Yeah, Gage
Baby
Grayson.
Gage.
Gage Grayson is the name for Cody and James. So congratulations to those guys. People think that Kevin, they're all talking about Kevin out there because they think that Kevin does not know how to follow the rules here at iHeart.
Yeah, man. They called me out saying I was terrible at work because I didn't know how to park, quote unquote, the right way.
Okay.
So so you came to work today. So this new parking lot,
right?
Emphasis on the word new. Okay. So not a lot of people were aware that we could actually park there. They were parking at the further lot. So initially, I think maybe Lydia may have been the first person that parked in there. It used to be just a few of us. I think I started parking there. Mojo parks there. Shannon starts parking there now. And now it seems that everybody's parking there. Kaji's parking there. So it used to be just a spattering. So you didn't have to figure out the right, quote unquote, way directionally to park your car. So when 5 or 6 people show up before me and I don't get, quote unquote, front row access, now I have to park on the side. So when I park on the side, I'm just pulling up like, this is space. First off, there's no yellow lines.
I noticed that.
It's all gravel. It's kind of like park where you can fit in.
Right.
So I pull in like they pull in a normal way. Boy, I come through this hallway. Cody's like, is that your car? Because she can see it from her desk. I'm like, yeah, that's my car. I found him. I found it. All of a sudden, Nick come out of somewhere, somebody else. He's the one that, dude, what are you doing? You're throwing off the, like, I got 3 people yelling at me in 3 different directions saying I need to start parking horizontally if I'm going to park right there. Because if you don't park vertically or whatever the case is.
So I always park in the one area and you can only park one way. You park against the fence?
Yes. Because y'all are.
And how are you parking against the fence?
You're supposed to park the way that you park. Yes. I think I just parked the different way. I don't know. I parked the other way.
Okay.
So basically they saying we can't fit as many cars in that lot if you don't park the quote unquote right way.
Really?
Aren't there 2 lots?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's 2.
Okay.
And honestly, this lot here is a godsend because
It's more convenient.
we get here, and Chelsea, you saw it this morning.
Yeah.
We get here at 5:15. Kevin doesn't
Kevin,
get here.
maybe we need to get here earlier, and he'll get us better.
Not you too, Chelsea. Come on.
I'm just saying.
But no, so when we get here, Chelsea was even noticing there's just like random people walking the streets.
Oh, it's crazy.
And so Chelsea, said, "Wow, this is interesting." And so before we set the park over there, and you'd be walking by random people, just kind of like walking the streets, which is no big deal. But I got to be honest with you, I don't have my concealed permit.
They all,
You know?
I feel like everybody that's down here though is going somewhere. Like
Well,
I don't think
I
people
don't know.
just.
There's a couple of guys.
They all got bonnets on and like the little
No.
cleaver shoes. So Grobles or one of these little.
No, not the ones that
killer
Chelsea and I
lambs.
saw this morning. Chelsea and I saw.
Well, it's hot outside, you know.
So, but go back to this though. Go back to the fact that you just don't know how to park.
No. Let's not do that now. I definitely know how to park.
Why?
I just didn't know there were rules in this parking lot. You had to park a certain direction.
There was a group of people that were parking yesterday, and I don't know if you saw this, parking and blocking people in.
That would be the next thing that would happen, right?
Yeah, and
That's
there
why
were
they were- that's why
so
they
there were
were
some
mad at
people
me.
that were pissed at how people were parked, and so they double parked. And when they double parked, you're like, you can't. It's kind of like parking at your kid's school, and there's no parking
what
left, and
you
you
guys
kind of
do?
make your own parking spots.
You have a raffle, and you raffle off parking spots.
Yes.
And then they are labeled.
Yeah.
And then that person gets to park in that
Will you mention
spot.
this to Colleen?
We don't
I
have
will,
we
for
don't
sure.
have enough people that come here every day.
It's
Well,
just
then,
crazy.
but
even
then
need
it,
to raffle
then it
off.
should not be a problem.
It's only on
You should
Tuesdays
park-
and Thursdays where everybody come
Well,
in
that's-
and then it become a thing.
That's the problem is the problem is, and I hate to say this, and people already think that the morning show, that Mojo in the Morning gets everything they want. Well, you have to understand something. There's a reason, is because we are here every single day. It has nothing to. It has nothing to do with us thinking that we're better than everybody else. But I'm sorry, if you don't broadcast out of this building 5 days, sometimes 6 days a week, because you're on the weekends, if you're not here broadcasting this many times, no offense, the other shows like Jay and those guys, Jay does it out of the Fox 2 studios. He gets amazing parking, I'm sure, at the Fox 2 studios. But here he's not getting a good parking because this is our parking. I'm
telling you.
This is, the stuff that we're
That's
doing
one of the
here.
people who yelled at me.
Who?
Nick.
Get him in here. Get him in here.
Nick.
Yeah, you don't have to get him. You shouldn't confront him.
Hey, Nick.
Uh-oh.
Nick, come in here.
Oh, Lord.
Nick is, by the way, for those Chelsea, you don't know this, but Nick is Colleen's administrative assistant.
Oh,
so Nick is the administrative assistant to the president of iHeart Michigan. Nick, I heard that you have a problem with Kevin's parking.
We all do. Kevin, like right off the rip, the parking lot's kind of small over there.
Yeah.
It makes sense for us all to be parking one direction. It's been settled. I mean, we've all been doing it for...
But Nick, you understand though that we, and I know you work every day of the week. Like Nick is also one of the few. There's only about, I don't know, maybe less than 10 of us that come every single day.
The few and the proud.
Okay.
Counting you guys.
But you understand that we, not that we make our own rules, but which I agree with you, Kevin should figure out how to park. But you understand that parking lot is probably first in, first out, basically, right?
I mean,
you agree?
yeah, it is first in, first
We're
out.
here at 5 a.m. We should get the first dibs, right?
I think you guys should claim the spots in the street right there, right in front of the building.
Hey, that's where I'm parking today.
Can I tell you why I don't park on the street? Because they're these semi trucks that drive through Eastern Market. They drive like maniacs, and they honestly don't care if they run your car over. They could care less if they hit your car. And so the last thing in the world I want is to have to deal with calling up, DPD and having them come out. They won't even come out probably for a car hitting you.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin, we got I came in one day and Cody was yelling to me from
That's
across the
what I'm
office. She's like, Nick, you need to handle this. Talk to Kevin. Everyone walked in that morning. I swear, there was 6 people. You guys were in here.
Told
I
you.
heard them all. Who started that?
It's like an unwritten rule, though. Like, if you don't come in we come in at 5:30,
Yeah.
sometimes 5:45. There's no one there. So in my mind, I've never seen this layout that everybody else that comes in at 8 or 9 has established. So I'm
here's what
spread
I
where
think
I'm
we do,
parking.
and I don't know if Christos will be mad with us. we should find somebody that paints lines for a living, like does like line parking, and let us paint lines on the gravel there, and we'll put our names in the lines.
I love it. Let's get the guy from the Lions, whoever does their grass.
Do you ever hear the story back when this radio company was run by Dave Pugh? Chelsea, my wife, knows the story. Dave Pugh hated that I parked in the front of the building. He thought that the salespeople should park in the front. He said all the on-air staff should park in the back. Salespeople are in and out all the time, going on sales calls. You guys are just on air. You guys do your shifts and leave. Only people should park. That was how Dave Pugh talked. So you can't park there. You had to park in the back of the building. Plus, he hated that I had a nicer car than he did.
It sounded like the 50s.
So what I did was, I know it's crazy. This is like Mad Men. You know,
that's how I felt to be black.
This is no, not like that. I was Rosa Parks. I was put in the back.
It's Jim Crow.
So, by the way, could you imagine if I was black and he was telling me to do that?
You would have had a lawsuit.
Oh, I would have.
Seriously,
I'd be owning this place right now. So Dave Pugh did that. So what we did was we got a sign company. Listener who listens to the show made a Mojo in the morning parking, and we put it in the front of the building.
That's what we need.
Dave got so mad. Before Cody comes back from maternity leave, we should have Kev parking, no Cody. What's up, Amanda?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Chelsea. Oh, my God, I love hearing you on here.
Aw, thank you.
What's up, man?
Absolutely. So, everyone mad at Kevin's parking. It sounds like they have a superiority complex to me. There ain't nothing wrong with the way he parks.
Preach.
He didn't know. There's no rules. There's no unspoken rules of the tiny parking lot.
Preach.
How dare they? How dare they do that to Kevin? You know?
I'm telling you.
Park where you park. You're getting your steps in.
Yes. Thank you for that. Thanks for sticking up for Kevin. We appreciate you so much. What's up, Jamie? Hi.
So I'm calling about your comment about the drivers hitting cars.
Yeah.
I will tell you, as a driver, and I do coast to coast. Right now, I'm doing a dump truck. That is the last thing we want to do is actually hit your car.
No, these guys, the Eastern Market people are different than you guys driving across the country. The Eastern Market truck drivers. They are crazy. They am I wrong in saying that they'll
I mean, I seen them take out a light pole last week.
Yeah, they're nuts. That we have power lines down all the time from the truck drivers just driving in the power lines.
Well, and that's because the roads and power lines and all that are not made for trucks.
Oh, okay.
When all that started, they didn't build them high enough for trucks, and I've taken out power lines myself.
Yeah, listen, I don't.
But yes.
I'm not going to sit there and pretend like I know exactly how to drive because I'm not a very good driver. But I'm going to tell you, Chelsea.
That's why he got the self-driving.
That's right. That's why I got this Super Cruise or whatever it is on my Tahoe. What's up, Amanda? Is this the same Amanda or a new Amanda?
No, it's a different one.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What's going on?
So you said a second ago that you need lines painted for an event that you're having. I run a line striping company. I'd love to help you guys out.
You know what, Amanda? Give all your info to Lydia. We're going to have you guys help us with this. It would be awesome. What's the name of the company?
Everline Coatings and Services of Oakland County.
And what is it that you guys do for a living?
So we do professional line striping, like the lines you see on the road. We also do crack filling, seal coating, and infrared pothole repair.
Oh my God!
Infrared pothole.
Is this just for like the big parking lot people, like the Krogers and Myers, or is it for anybody?
We'll take care of anybody.
Wow, that's cool. That is so cool. Hold on, Lydia's going to talk to you. We would love you guys to do this, and then what we need to do is. We need to make it so that everybody in the build or everybody around here thinks that the company hired this company to do it. So that iHeart hired Amanda's company and they'll go, Mojo in the morning gets everything. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Mojo's the man.
Doug Podell will never, ever, ever talk to me ever again. Could you imagine it? The people that honestly like give me like the look sometimes are like, oh, of course, Mojo's got this whole thing. Oh, they're going to love this. All right, hold on one second, okay?
Thank you so much.
Love you, Amanda.
If I had $1 for every time I got a parking ticket in Royal Oak, I could pay one of these parking tickets.
This is Mojo in the Morning.
Hey, Lucido Fine Jewelry is the engagement ring headquarters. Getting ready to get that big yes. Well, make it even bigger with something really nice at Lucido. Lucido Fine Jewelry in Birmingham, Rochester, in their flagship store in Sterling Heights, or lucidojewelry.com.
Breaking news for the people of Boomtown. With Xfinity Mobile, the Wi-Fi is booming at home and on the go.
And an upgrade storm's on the way.
That's right. And with Xfinity Mobile Premium Unlimited, you can upgrade your phone when you want, up to 2 times a year.
Now, once customers catch wind of the guaranteed new device discount, it'll be the biggest upgrade storm in history.
Wow. Let's hear from our weatherman on the scene.
How's it looking out there, Rick?
Well, Bill, the Wi-Fi is still booming.
Now through September 30th, existing Xfinity Internet customers can get an unlimited line included for a year. Plus, ask how to get a free 5G phone. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Unlimited line offer requires Xfinity 300 megabit internet or above. Taxes, fees extra. After promo, regular rate